I don't understand. I don't understand. You are saying that Jesus, his father sent him down to the earth to come and tell us to repent.
Exactly.
Why? What did we do? What did we do to Jesus and his daddy?
I am coming. It's a good question.
Yeah, what did we do to Jesus and his daddy that we need to repent? What's the reason for that?
Okay, it's a good question. What you think we did was that
I don't think anything. I don't think anything.
I'm coming.
Tell us, what did we do that would make Jesus come down to the earth and tell us that we need to repent? What have we done to that guy?
Because we were using the knowledge that God has given the human beyond our own, beyond the level of his expectation. And therefore, because humans were feeding in other supernatural knowledge, expanding themselves, doing things on their own, because the privilege was given already by God, which was the free will, in order for we to be free and deal with whatsoever knowledge that we can ever imagine.
All these things make sense to you, Miduzbla?
Oh my God. You are asking me a question and I'm answering your question.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you whether these things that you're saying, do they make sense to you?
Of course, they are making sense to me.
African atheist.
Hello, Afro.
Hello, beautiful lady. Did any of that make sense to you?
What I'm understanding is that the human beings are more knowledgeable than God and they are more powerful than God. If they were able to use the knowledge that they were given beyond what God wanted them to use it, that means that God was limited. He was not able to control the human beings.
Right.
That is what I'm understanding.
Now, if you look to the whole story of the Bible, not everything in the Bible that people see and say, oh, why this question this? The main simple story of the Bible was the goal of heaven. It was not even involved in Adam and Eve, this and that and that. That was why a New Testament came and a new message came from those.
Oh, this guy. Where are you getting this information from?
And the new message that came from Jesus
excuse
was
me.
the goal
Excuse
of
me.
heaven.
Excuse me. We don't know you from Adam, right? And you're here talking about these things. Are you a scholar? Where do you get all this information from?
Where I get all this information from?
Yes. Where?
Okay, it's a very good question. I get it from my own spiritual knowledge.
Ah, brother, no. Your own spiritual knowledge.
Yes.
Okay, you must understand, we don't know you from Adam. For all you know, you might be somebody who is cuckoo upstairs here, right? So how do we take your words? How do we listen to you and take you seriously? We don't know you from anywhere. So how does your spiritual knowledge, how does that help any of us?
Okay, good. I was a Christian and
Hey Oli. Hey Deborah.
I have a very, very good relationship spiritually connected with my Christianity belief. So, and me being a Christian, I got to understand the real message, what the Bible was trying to tell us. The Bible was not telling us like we see today, like all these other prophecy pastor, all about making money, this, that. The earth wasn't for us anymore. As if you are a Christian, listen to me carefully. The
Mm-mm.
earth is not for you anymore. The goal is for you to make the kingdom of God, which
Hmm.
is your promised land.
Hmm.
So you dwelling here on earth, you are just passing by, and you have to deal with these challenges of the shackles of darkness. This earth right now we have belongs, if you want to survive, it's either you join them. If you
Join
cannot
who?
be there,
Join who? Who are you?
of course, we
No, I
know the
don't know if I can
satanic is ruling this
entertain any
planet.
more of this. This is too much for me. This does not make sense at all. It's just all over the place. My brother, did you say you're a Christian or you're not a Christian? Hmm?
I am a Christian.
You are a Christian.
Yes.
So where are you getting this? Okay, so God has left you a book called the Bible, right? So you,
It's
Mr.
a
Christian,
mistake. No, 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 no. God did not left us a book. This is a mistake a lot of people are making. God did not left us a book. The book is not sent from God. This is where I say people are twisting the story.
right?
Wait, but you mentioned the New Testament.
God did not left any book or throw a book down from heaven and say, take, this is a book. No. A message came from spiritual people.
Ah,
Did you not mention the New Testament as the word of, Jesus Christ? Did you
The,
not
the,
do it?
the testament you are looking for, do you think everything there that has been written, they are all true? They are not all true. So I'm
That
telling
is
you,
not
the
my
main truth
question.
is the real message.
Hanabubu,
gosh.
listen, Nabiti. That was not my question. My question was, did you not mention the New Testament as the words that Jesus left for you?
Yeah, I'm telling you now, the new message
No, no,
came
no, no.
from
Yes or
Jesus.
no? Did you not? Yes or no?
Deborah, Deborah, okay, let me mute you for a minute. I don't know what you're pouring.
It's coffee.
Okay, sorry, I muted you. Okay, just when you're done pouring the coffee, you can. Guys, this guy. I don't
I do want to
know.
address him though,
Okay,
if I can.
Deborah, before you do, um, guys, sometimes when we have these conversations, there comes a point where you have to determine whether a conversation is worth having or not, right? And whether whatever you say to the other person will make an impact or not. At this point, I don't know. This is too much for me. So, but well, thankfully, I've got two beautiful ladies up here that can
Mhm.
help me out because right now, I'm completely lost.
Right.
Ba Molek, I don't know, Ba Molek, are you a Christian or no? This you're familiar. Ba Molek is familiar.
I'm not sure why he's using like the word Baal and Molech in his name. That's weird.
Yeah, I
Ba
tried to
Molek,
kill Jehovah out of TikTok.
Ba Molek is somebody I know, right?
Yeah, sure. I'm just using a different account.
What's your I know who you are now. That voice. That
Yeah,
voice. I know who it is now. Yeah, thank you. I know who it is now. Mm-mm. Randall, hey, Randall says, I'm sorry to hear that you've been indoctrinated, sir. Spirit doesn't exist. So your point is what again? So anyway, I'm going to let
Okay.
Deborah. Deborah, please help us make sense, and then Bao, we can hear from you.
Okay. So I think it was
One,
Middles that was speaking
one second,
earlier.
just 1 second. Isabe, please stop spamming the chat. Isabe, please stop spamming the chat with your bullshit. Talking about this platform will be used to the glory of God the Father through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. So let me understand. You want your God will come and use my platform for his glory. Is he that useless that he doesn't have enough
Impotent?
glory that he will come and use my platform for his glory? Please, no. Please tell your God to stay away from this parts. I beg.
It's not a God safe space.
No, it's not.
Okay. So Middles, I know you've talked about the Bible not being like written by God, right? But you mentioned the New Testament and you mentioned the message, right? Why then, if this book is not inerrant, not written by God, not inspired by God, even is what it sounded like, why would he use this book to share a message for all people to, somehow be saved from the hell he created?
I would not want to use a question to answer your question, but I will also be given privilege to ask you same question as well after answering you.
Okay.
Good question. First of all, like I claim, it was not written by God. There is no evidence that this book was sent down from heaven. Here is the simple truth hidden from people who did not know. A lot of Christians, like someone is saying, I'm trying to divide Christian. I'm not trying to divide any Christian. I don't know where your own understanding and my own understanding and my knowledge is not the same with you. It's not what I understand in the Bible. It's not the same what any other person can understand. My own knowledge is different because I'm designed to be different from you. So you understand that. Simple.
Sure, but
Now, the Bible,
if I read the Bible and you read the Bible,
but it's not written by God. But the message there is just like same. We have science who are telling stories about theories like the planet and the nature.
Scientists do not tell stories.
These are
Scientists do not tell stories. Hey, you teacher King, excuse me, Middlesbrough. Scientists don't tell stories. They don't tell stories. They can prove exactly what the hell they are talking about. They don't come out and start telling stories. You can verify the claims made by scientists. You can test it. You can replicate. You can, it's the. So I'm not sure what you mean by the stories that scientists tell.
The story, I'm telling you the story, just like the Bible, the spiritual teacher teaching, it's also not a story. I just use the word story because we know when you are making a description about a certain thing like animal, you are telling the particular thing that, okay, this is your theory, this is what.
Okay, but you didn't answer my question.
And
you haven't answered my question yet.
I'm answering your question.
You have not answered my question yet.
What is your question then?
My question is, if you agree that this is not the word of God, God didn't write it, and you have alluded to the fact that this Bible is written by man who were faulty or sinners, and that's what I gather from what you were saying. But there is a message in it.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool, great, wonderful. So how then are we to determine what that message is that should be extracted from it?
Now, if you follow the simple principle of this truth, of this knowledge, of this spiritual man, when I mean spiritual man, I'm not talking about people I don't know. I'm talking about directly with the message of Jesus.
How?
When you look to the message of Jesus in Revelation and some of other books.
No, that's not an answer. Turning to this message of Jesus in the Bible, I'm asking you, how do I know what part of the Bible is that message that I should extract?
Okay,
How? Not what. How?
How you can know is not everybody can be open to this knowledge. How you can know is, first of all, you have to practice the commandments that was given.
What? Okay, so the commandments are found in the Old Testament. Even love thy neighbor as thyself, and love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. Those two commandments are in the Old Testament. So you're
Whether
talking
in the
about the
old-
message of
No,
Jesus.
let her finish, please. Let her finish.
I'm asking you, if you're turning to the message of Jesus, but you find these commands in the Old Testament, how do you determine what part of the Bible needs to be extracted?
I'm not saying they should extract any part. I'm just saying you should, as a smart Christian, you should know what the message is all about. It's not.
I know what the message is about. It's believe or perish, which is it's a threat.
Like this.
The message is a threat.
And those are not the things you should be taking or looking into. The main goals is what you should be looking. What is your achievement of you being a Christian? That is what you should aim for, not looking into the stories and the fallacies that was being told.
Sir, you still have not answered my question. You still have not answered my question, Middles. I am asking you, how do you determine which of these verses have a little star next to them saying, pay attention to this? I don't see any stars anywhere in the Bible telling me this is the message, this is what needs to be extracted. I can see how some people would read a scripture and say, oh, God, Jesus looks like a loving dude. I can also see other scriptures where Jesus is outright racist, bigoted, hateful, and not here for everybody on the planet. What I do see is that the overarching message of believe or perish is a threat.
I believe now I will answer your question. Now, if you say, how can you know? The way you can know is only to follow Jesus. When it's anything except from Jesus,
why would I follow a hateful man?
If it's anything except Jesus' message in any book of
but there are contradicting messages from Jesus. Jesus is to love your neighbor as yourself, to love your enemy, but hate your father, mother, brother, and sister, even your own life. How do I follow that?
No, it's not true. It's not true. I told you.
How do I know that?
It's complicated. It's not true.
Okay, so then if it's that complicated,
what Bible is that? Which Bible do you find that?
Middles. If it's that complicated, then it should not be disseminated to everybody. If it's that complicated, then it's not a message for everybody.
Which Bible do you find such a message from? Then I will tell you where I get my own Bible from.
They all say the same thing, sir.
No,
love your neighbor as yourself.
I
Leviticus 19:18.
I don't read.
Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. Deuteronomy 6:2.
Bible except Gideon.
Hate your father, mother, brother, sister, even your own life, to be his disciple. To be his disciple, to follow him.
What Bible
it says to
was
hate
that?
your father, brother, mother, sister, even your own life.
Question now, Deborah.
I'm not following a hateful man. But like personally, I've completely rejected this.
I asked you, what Bible was that?
The Bible. What are you talking about?
What Bible was that?
The Bible, the Holy Bible.
Luke chapter 14, verse 26. That's where it's written.
Thank you.
And Jesus said what?
If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
Yeah.
No. This is
so this is
okay. Now, can you read it on Gideon Bible?
Oh my gosh, that's one of the worst translations, but sure.
Can you read the same verse on Gideon Bible, please?
Sure. Okay, hang on a second. Is that on Bible Hub or Gateway or?
When I mean Gideon Bible, please don't read Gideon Bible from the internet. You have to prove
I
that
don't have
you
a Gideon Bible. I have a King
Yes,
James,
this
I
is
have an
what I'm
NIV, I have a
telling you.
Chronicle
This
Bible,
is
I have a
this is what I'm
1611 King
telling
James
you.
Bible.
You know, I
I-
was once
Please,
a
can you wait?
witness.
Excuse me, please. What the hell are you talking about? Do not read from the Gideon Bible from the internet. Where are we supposed to go and get the Gideon Bible from?
Okay.
I apparently should check into a hotel.
Fine. Well, why I say that a lot of things are being misled because I was also once a Jehovah Witness. And when I was a Jehovah Witness, you know, their Bible were retranslated and recorrected for several mistakes that a lot of other
Do you know
Christianity
the Bible that is not
have made.
mistranslated?
So if you read some storylines
Segment.
with Witness Bible, you will see that there are differences. I
It
don't
literally
mean
says
to
in the
disrespect
Gideon
or
Bible,
stress
according
you
to,
out. It's
okay,
true.
sir, all I have is the Gideon Bible from the internet, right? And what it says is the exact same thing. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
Okay, this part, can I translate it on
No,
my
don't
own
translate.
Gideon Bible?
Don't, please do not. No translation.
Now I need a translator to
we
understand the Bible.
she just read it and we understand exactly what that verse is saying. It does not need a translation.
Okay, you
We
see
understand
now, are you
exactly. No,
trying to
you
prove
see, I'm
Jesus
speaking.
wrong?
Please, I am speaking. These were the words that Jesus said. You know what? I want you to read it. Read it from the verse that the book that you have.
This same verse you are
I want
talking
you to
about,
read it. I want you to read it from. I want you to read it from whatever version that you have, please.
Okay, from my own Gideon Bible,
Can you read
according
it?
to this same place you are talking about, I have already read it. I know what you are talking
Go on
about.
and read it and let's hear you.
It was the place that a lot of people were saying to Jesus that, look, your mother is beside
Can you
you.
read? Can you
Therefore,
please read the
Jesus,
verse?
I'm reading it now.
All right,
I'm
read the
reading
verse.
it. Then Jesus said to them, whosoever, that is what he said.
Can you
in
read
the
it?
Hebrew
Please
Bible. Yes,
don't
I'm
translate.
reading it to
Just
you.
read.
Whosoever
Mhm.
that obeys the commandment of the word of God, this same person is my mother and my brother and my sister. It is not the people who you claim to be his blood. This is what it says in my own Gideon Bible. It's not what you are saying right now.
No. The Greek word in this verse is missio. This word is defined to mean.
Please, sorry to interrupt. What's the verse, please? Let me
Luke
get
14:26.
Luke 14:26. Right. So Luke 14:26 says, if anyone comes to me and does not hate father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, even their own life, such a person cannot be my disciple.
Mm-hmm. And the Greek word used there in that manuscript is hate. It's missio. The definition literally says to hate.
This is really
Another
sad.
verse is Matthew chapter 10, verse 34.
Wait, just 1 second. Let's hear from Bao. Bao and Bullet. Hello. Bao, please say something. Jesus, my goodness. I just...
Middles Black. You were saying that the Bible was not written by God, but by a spiritual people.
H2O. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, Middlesbrough, you are saying the Bible was written by spiritual people.
Yes, spiritual teachers, not spiritual teachers.
Like who? Who is the spiritual teacher there in the Bible?
Example number one is Jesus, and this is the only and one and only
Which
teacher
part of the
you
Bible
should
did Jesus?
trust on
Wait.
and
Which part of
believe
the
in.
Bible did Jesus write?
Molech, I didn't say he write anyone.
So that means you didn't understand the question. The question is, you said the Bible was written by spiritual people, not by God. I now asked you which example of a spiritual person that wrote any part of the Bible. You said Jesus, and I say which part of the Bible did Jesus write?
I did not say Jesus right.
Okay, mention a spiritual person that wrote the Bible or any part of the Bible.
Okay, for my own Bible, Molech, it was written by Gideon, and Gideon recorded the message of Jesus.
Which part of the Bible did Gideon write? Which book in the Bible?
New Testament.
The whole New Testament. The whole New Testament.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
they are.
Do you know that Gideon is a company, not an individual?
Yes, this company is what I'm talking about. Those are the companies.
The spiritual person you are talking about. The spiritual teacher is a company Gideon, the European company Gideon.
Oh my God.
Oh, you don't know who Gideon is.
I don't understand. You want to make the book fall from sky? What are you saying?
In your Bible, it is written that the book fell from sky now.
Who will come and tell you that the book fell from the sky?
Gideon, what have you smoked today?
I don't understand this man. You want me to tell
you that? Excuse me. Middles. Okay. Did you just say that Gideon wrote the Old Testament?
No.
Or the New Testament?
The New Testament.
There is a special. There is a special
Gideon
Bible.
is not special.
There's a special Bible.
There is a special Bible.
That Bible called Gideon Bible.
Hold on,
please.
Hold on.
There is a special Bible written by the company Gideon, like you claim, Molech. This special Bible,
oh my gosh, you've been lied to, buddy,
is different from what other verse you see or whatsoever other Bible.
Middles, listen. The Gideons, listen. Middles, the Gideons is an international evangelical Christian association for men, just like Jesus was with his men.
Okay, so the Gideon Bible is quite honestly a colonizing book, right? They put it in hotel rooms, they take it to other countries, they give people Bibles, and they take their land and culture. Like, this is colonizing, full stop. Proselytizing is colonizing, full stop. You cannot, I don't know how anybody can see it any other way. But to hand somebody a Bible and tell them, this is the special one, it's not the original language, it's not the original manuscript, it's not signed by whoever wrote it. All we have are scraps of copies of copies of copies of copies. And the only reason why we know in which era it was written in is because we have other scripts, other literature from the time period, and so the idioms line up, or the way they wrote is going to line up, or you find the author of this specific manuscript because it aligns to their other writings. We know this from some of the passages in the New Testament. Who wrote parts of this testament? Because of peer-reviewed stylometric analysis. Data science tells us who wrote some of these things in the New Testament. We can tell, but it's not who you think it is. And to say that the Gideon Bible is special, is laughable at best.
Hello.
Exactly.
The funny
Deborah,
thing is,
are you
Middles.
familiar
Just
with
1 second.
Jehovah's
Ituno,
Witness?
just please, just hold on. We will get to you in a minute. Let's just finish this
Are you
one.
familiar with Jehovah's
All right,
Witness?
thank you, Ajum.
Okay, just hold on, eh?
Deborah, I'm asking you a question, please. Are you familiar with Jehovah's Witness?
Am I
Yes.
familiar with Jehovah's Witness? Yes, I'm familiar with them.
Okay. Do you know that Jehovah's Witness, they recorrected their own Bible they used to?
What has that got to do with this conversation?
Okay,
It tells
good
me.
question. It has
Okay,
to
so
do with
you asked me a
Hold on,
question.
hold on, please. 1 second. Let Deborah get her words out, please.
You asked me a question, and you told me that Jehovah's Witness have their own Bible, right?
Yes,
There's
and
a
that
lot
Bible,
of
I'm
different.
telling you that
I'm still
there is
speaking.
Oh, please hold
different
on.
still
Hold on.
speaking.
Hold on.
So when you have all of these different versions of the Bible that say something different, okay, he dropped.
Hey, what happened?
I don't know.
Did someone take him down?
I don't know. Not me. I'm not. I don't think I'm even a mod.
Did someone take him down? No. Come back up, Mr. What is his name again? Middlesbrough.
Been raptured. He's been raptured. Hallelujah.
Middlesbrough. Blah blah blah.
Anyway, I'll just finish my thought. When you have these different versions and you print a different version, there are copyright laws that are established, meaning it has to be 10% different than other older copies of the Bible. And as you're going to have like a King James version, an updated King James version, a new King James version, they can update their versions and they don't have to be 10% different. But when you go to a different from like King James to ESV, you have to have 10% difference per copyright law. Tell me how a Gideon Bible that has a copyright on it is somehow special. If I'm looking at what is going to be the most accurate version, I'm going to go to scholars and say, hey, what's the most accurate version that we have right now that scholars use? Because it's the most accurately translated from the original texts, the Masoretic, the Hebrew, the Greek, the Aramaic, into English without any middle translation happening. And they're going to tell me it's the new standard or new revised standard version, updated edition. That's the most accurate that most scholars will adhere to today. To show me a freaking Gideon Bible that's just tossed into hotel rooms that isn't what scholars use for their analysis of the text, get out of here.
Funny thing is, he speaks about the Bible was written by spiritual men, and then he's talking about the company. Do you know the company, the Gideon, the company? This guy's just funny.
Hello, can I make contribution now?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I just joined your conversation and I can get a little bit of the gist you are talking about. One thing that I would say is if you are having a conversation with a good Christian, it's a waste of time. Because they don't even have a clue of what they are saying. Because I've been there before. I've been there. I was born in a church and I pastored for 17 years.
Oh, wow.
So when I came to United Kingdom, I was in the process of being trained as a vicar. So in St. Paul, in central London. But knowingly or unknowingly, one of the reverend, he likes me because I sing in the church. He took me to a library where I'm not supposed to go unless you acquire a certain status. And that status means anything you find in there, you can't share it outside. But that day I was in the library. That is the first day that I saw the 1611 King James Bible. And I saw that it's 88 books. It's different from the KJV that we read. So I asked the Reverend, he laughed about it, and that is the beginning of my awakening.
I have
And
a
I can,
1611 King James Bible.
yeah, and I can.
Did you know why some of these books were removed from one of the reasons?
Yeah, to
one
hide
of the
truth.
reasons. No. That actually had nothing to do with it.
No.
But one of the reasons why they removed 14 of those books was for printing reasons.
Mm-hmm.
However, I can see contradictions in the like Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verses 1 through 7, where it clearly and unequivocally states that God hates sinners. Now, if you combine that verse with the New Testament that says we have all sinned, we have all fallen short. If you combine that with the verse in Isaiah that says our righteousness is as filthy rags unto the Lord, I would take that to mean, okay, we've got A, B, and C in this equation. And what the outcome of that equation means is that God hates everybody.
Let me quickly narrate a little bit of my story with what I believe is happening now. The King James Bible, the 1611, is even a starter, because to understand the Bible has nothing to do with Christianity.
No, you're right.
It's an history book. It's an history book.
No, it's a Mesopotamian closed religion.
And if you don't study it backed by archaeological fact, you won't get the story.
There's no archaeological facts.
So the most of the thing in the I raised a question during our Vika conference, and I asked them about Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 and Genesis chapter 1 verse 2 and Isaiah 45:15. There is a contradiction.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, and the earth became void. So the word, the Hebrew word there is tohu and bohu, that the world became void, like a wasteland. But if you go to Isaiah 45:15, it will tell you that God did not create the world tohu and bohu. So it's like a contradiction. But without the other books, which there are thousands of them, thousands of books, like the Nag Hammadi codices, I cannot even name it, thousands of books.
Yeah.
You won't get the gist of the scripture. And I can say today that Christianity is like a political tool that they wind up. It's like a spell on people. For them to believe. The Christian will say something. If you ask them, they will reply you as if there is no brain in their skull. But it is not their fault, it is the spell. So if you are not awakening, you won't get the nitty-gritty of what the scripture is talking about. Because the word Christianity is not in the original scripture. Never. The word church is not there.
I'm sorry. The way you're speaking as though in the Bible there's some fantastical things we're supposed to go and find in there. You made mention of the Bible being a historical book. I beg to differ. Thank you so much, Khalifa. I beg to differ. The Bible is not a historical book, and whatever it is that they were trying to hide I mean, I don't think they did a really good job of hiding whatever it is they're trying to hide, because the Bible in itself, you can find a lot of evil content in that book.
Yes,
And
of course.
I don't know. So, do you still believe in a God at the moment?
To me, during my research, if you say God, there is the context of that word, because God doesn't mean, God simply means a deity.
Sai, how are you?
Anything supernatural being can be called a God.
Do you believe in a supernatural being?
Of course.
You believe in the existence of a supernatural being?
Yeah.
So why do you believe in the existence of a supernatural being?
Because I've seen it, I've experienced it.
You've seen this supernatural being?
Yeah.
And you've experienced it. Sorry. Did you
Of
say experience or
course.
witness?
Yeah.
What did it look like?
It depends on what you've seen. Let me
No.
tell you.
No. You just said you have seen it. You said you have seen it.
Yeah.
So I want
Yeah.
to know what you saw.
There are some that live in the tree.
Huh?
There are some that are very tiny. There are some that are very big. They are different kind. There are some with two heads. There are some with a head like a cyclops, with a eyes.
Wait. We're talking about a higher power now, or are you
Yeah.
talking about something else? What are you?
I'm talking about higher power. When let me say the angelic being, some angelic
Living on
being,
a tree.
inside the tree.
Inside the tree. My goodness.
Inside the tree.
Oh, goodness.
And all these things I'm telling you,
I mean, like
is
termites,
not
termites, living inside a tree like termites.
I'm not talking about termites. I'm talking
listen,
about being.
I am not going to verify or validate your claim in any way, shape, or form. You have no evidence to provide proof of these claims that you just made, that there's a supernatural deity that's tiny or big or cyclops or living in a tree. You have no evidence whatsoever. I'm not going to feed that.
No, I'm not telling you to believe.
You make me now think about the Indians who also worship the monkeys because they live on top of the trees.
No. I'm not saying I'm worshiping them. They are there.
What are their names?
How will I know their names?
Oh, gosh.
If you look here, for example, okay, tell us, do they look like monkeys, like what?
Some look like human beings.
Oh my goodness.
There are some animal that can shape shift to be.
Did you see one shifting?
I've seen it.
Oh, from what to what?
Huh?
Sir, have you seen a
they
medical
shifted
professional?
from
a deer.
Have you seen a medical professional?
Deborah, wait, from deer to what?
No, see, there's no need.
No, excuse me, sir. No, sir, Itunu. Please, what did you see? You said it's transformed from a deer to what? Please, we need you to finish it. So this thing transformed from a deer to a human.
Woman.
A woman.
No,
woman.
Human or woman.
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 There are some that live
woman as in
rock.
Obiri.
Yeah. You're Nigerian.
Yes, I am Nigerian. Well, half
you
Nigerian.
need to go back home and have. If you go back home, you can have the same experience. This is not something
where
that
do I
is so
go?
arcade.
Where do I go in Nigeria to get this experience?
Go to the village. Even
so
if you
when I get to the village, what do I go and do there? Just go and say, here, come and give me experience. What?
No. It's not experience. You tell them. You tell those Baba, we call them the priest. The charm is easy to do.
Charm.
But that is my spirituality. If you want to see them, you see them.
No wonder Nigeria is so is really struggling at the moment. They only have charm to show you all these things that people change from deers to humans.
Do you think because we have charms, we are suffering?
No, why can't you use the charm to help your community?
How?
Do you know what the poverty level in Nigeria is? Do you know?
I know. And I know
Nigeria
the
is the
cause.
second country with the most people living in poverty.
They are not living in poverty, they are dead in poverty. And it's not
Even
because
worse, they are dead in
that's
poverty.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And the problem is beyond our belief.
Eternal.
Yeah.
Eternal. This lady, is she having one breast, two or three?
A normal woman.
With the two?
A normal woman.
Deborah asked you a question. Deborah asked,
Yeah.
have you seen a mental health professional?
Yeah, I know someone will say that because they don't understand it.
Have you seen a mental health professional?
Yeah, I haven't seen no one. Someone will say that you are in Nigeria, you can find out yourself. Even in the Bible we are talking about, how do you think the angelic being look like? How do they look like?
Angelic beings. I've never seen an angel before.
No, the Bible
I think you should
explain
probably go see a mental health professional and tell
Honestly.
them what you see.
I hear you, Deborah. How do you think the angelic being look like?
We don't have any evidence of angels. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have, even in this country, there are things going on beyond the veil that you cannot see. In this country,
you can't prove it. And if you can't prove it, and I got to go to another country and ask a priest or whatever
listen, Deborah, which country do you reside?
I live in the United States.
You live in the United States. You can find out there too. There are shamans in the United States.
Listen, I live in reality. I don't care what lives or potentially lives on the other side of a veil.
Uncle, let her speak.
All right.
I don't care what lives on the other side of a veil that does not interact with me or that does not help humanity. If these supernatural beings cared about humanity and wanted to interact and help humanity, then I might be interested. But if all it's doing is giving a spiritual high to you, then you do you.
Say, Deborah, that is your reality.
Eternal.
But
if I tell you right now that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the brother to Barack Obama, what would you say?
Oh, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that is not possible.
Why not?
It's not possible.
But tell me, why not? I know for sure that Tinubu is a brother to Obama, Barack Obama.
No, I don't know what you see, but I believe it's not possible.
Why do you believe it's not possible?
Because
Don't you know do you know Barack Obama?
Yeah, of course.
Is he alive or unalived?
He is alive.
Is Tinubu alive?
Yeah.
But I'm telling you now about people who are existing that they are brothers, but you're dismissing it.
In what context are you saying they are brother?
Because they're from Africa. They are both Africans.
Yeah, I know. If you are saying in that context of genetics, then they are brothers because we are all Bantu.
Can you in that context try make us understand about you whatever you're trying to tell us now? Because we have to understand that simple in that simpleness.
That is what I'm saying. That the supernatural.
No. Itino, right now you are saying it's not possible, but I have bring my perspective to a perspective you understand. So there is no perspective anybody can't understand. So bring that perspective that we can understand. Who told you we are not spiritual?
I didn't say you are not spiritual.
Then stop assuming and tell us exactly. Let us understand. We will understand. So stop beating around. Oh, it's spiritual. You cannot understand in this vein.
What do you want me to tell you? I don't know what you want me to tell you.
How to experience those things.
Yeah, you have to go to where they can do it for you. You can see them if you want to. It's simple. Or if you can do it here, I don't know how it can work. If you
Can
have
you
a
open your
dog,
camera and show us some magic?
no. You are just taking a piece. If you have a dog in your house, you have a dog in your house.
No. Do you have a cat?
No, I don't have a cat. If you have a dog in your house,
Okay.
in the morning, you know what? I don't know how to explain it in English. Something
Okay.
that come out from the eyes of the dog.
What?
Something that come out from the eyes of the dog.
The tears.
Not the tear, like phlegm.
Phlegm?
Like something that, you know, when you wake up, you have something in your eyes at the side of your.
Yeah, I get it. That you have to clean. That is if you have some eye infection.
No, the dog normally has it every morning. You can take it and rub it in your two eyes and see
now
what
I
you
get
experience.
it. So what about it?
Yeah, use it and experience it. Take it, rub it in your two eyes, and see what you can see.
I'll have an erection or?
Huh?
Will I have an erection?
What erection? About what? I'm not. See, what I'm trying to tell you
my
is
brother,
like,
my brother, Itunu,
yeah.
my brother, I'm sorry. This is this is madness at this point.
Okay,
at this point, it's mad. No, sir. Sir, please. Right. You are talking about things that we cannot verify. You're talking about these things that I don't know whether you have access to it. I don't know what the deal is. But I wish you could hear yourself. I wish. Okay, let me do something very quickly. People that were listening to Mr. Itunu, please. Did any of what he said, what he said, did it make any sort of sense to any of you? So that this man will not think that we on the panel are just, saying things. Did it make sense? Did it resonate at all? Somebody says that you need to be in a hospital.
Yeah, I know.
That it was mental gymnastics.
Okay, I know. But very soon, everything will become clear to everybody.
What will become clear to everybody? Huh? Oh, it's gone.
Like a prophet of doom.
That was terrible. Whoa. That was terrible. Oh my goodness. The last two people that we've had.
What happens if I take the eye boogers out of my cat and rub it in my eyes?
Oh my goodness. Not your dog.
No, I know he said dog. I'm just wondering what happens if I do that with a cat. I'm just curious, just.
He was specific, a dog. I asked if he has a cat. He said no, a dog specifically.
Can I ask a question? Because I've been laughing. Afro 80s, how do you keep a straight face listening to people like this?
My sister, I don't know how we are doing it.
That guy needs to be in the hospital.
That guy is too gone. He's too far gone.
You know, the moment he opened his mouth and was talking about good Christian and all the I knew it was a recipe for disaster.
Oh, really? I thought when he said he was learning to become a vicar, the the vicar took him to go and he saw some special books, and that's where he found it. I was thinking, oh, wow, amazing. This sounds great.
There's the way they start. See, when they start see all these Christians, all these religious people, there's a way they start their conversation. And the moment they start it, you can just tell where it's going to.
Yes.
Even the other guy, the middle, whatever he called himself, that was talking about Gideon. Honestly, I just
middle's blah.
Where are these? Honestly, religion has just, it makes even educated people look so foolish.
I'm telling you.
Like, I don't think they listen to themselves when they speak.
I wish they would.
Hi, Afro.
Hey, Sai.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing a lot better now. Thank you.
Wait, just 1 second, Orion, please. Are you back at home now?
It's my last night at the hospital. I'll be back home tomorrow.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Thank
That's
you.
good to hear. Mm.
I was gonna say my favorite part of the conversation is when he said that he saw an animal turn into a woman. I can't tell you how much I was laughing at that.
He said the deer turned into a woman. No, that guy he's gone. He's gone. Itunu
And
Otilo.
a husband to someone, a father to someone.
So,
Exactly. The father is a husband to someone and a father to someone. That's even, honestly, I can just imagine what the home front looks like.
Okay, so your obviously your forum is about religion being scam and God is a fictional character.
Yes.
Is that stem from your after your research, or is that because it could be because of some emotional reason to what that led to this specific conclusion?
I've been asking questions, and so far so good. The concept of God that I have been exposed to, it's all just nothing but it's just
What's your background
made
to
up. It's
religion?
just made up nonsense.
So when you say God, obviously, like in every religion, God they refer to a God, but we are being very specific to our doctrine and way of looking at it. So I'm just wondering, from your background, are you of ex-Christian background
Yes,
or like?
yes,
Okay,
ex-Christian.
right. Yeah, so it's understandable because your their central tenet is based on a creedal and doctrine based on that was created in the Council of Nicaea, which is specifically about the Trinitarian creed and the Trinitarian God.
Sorry, before you go ahead, can I ask a question? Are you a Christian?
No, we're not Christian. I'm Muslim.
Oh, it's a Muslim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just thinking it's going to be nice to have a different groups, isn't it? So if you have like a Christians, maybe some Muslim, maybe some Hindu or some atheist, like it gets a little bit more interesting. That isn't just maybe two
That's
groups.
okay.
Just
That's okay.
you know
We
what I mean?
want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk.
Yeah. So So in terms of like, have you ever heard of the concept? Like, what your can you tell me three specific the reason which why you would assume that God does not exist or is just a character which is a concoction of the people's imagination? So what are the three specific reasons? Like it can be
The
anything, but you provide me.
sources are clearly man-made. And the claims that are made are completely out there. They do not sound they do not fit with reality. They don't look like stories that are easily attained. So, and they say that ridiculous claims require no, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, which they haven't got at all. So and when that's the case, you have to reject whatever claims are made about these characters.
Yeah. So in terms of,
After,
let's say,
just one
question, after your conversation, is it okay if I ask Orion Lord a question about?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be great.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
go
for
on.
example, as far as the cosmological argument, have you ever heard of that?
The cosmological argument of what?
So basically, we are most commonly attributed a theory right now we have is
You
called
mean
Big Bang.
the Kalam cosmological argument?
Yes.
Okay. Reason why just guys, just excuse me just for a minute. Let me engage with him. So, what do you mean cosmological argument? What's that about?
So let's say the commonly attributed theory right now is the Big Bang theory, which specifies that the universe started from a minuscule, a subparticle, which has started the entire universe, space, and time. And the belief is that it happened spontaneously, without
Right.
any any like having any prior, let's say, attributes
It's
to
false.
started. Sorry, can I just finish? Yeah. So
Well, you're just misrepresenting the Big Bang Theory. That's all.
the Big Bang Theory is started completely as a creation ex nihilo. Is created out of nothing. It's been this is
That's
the
just blatantly false.
okay. So do you believe in regress? Sorry, do you believe in like a universe had a previous universe which restarted? But that's a very common one that's been mentioned by a lot of the scientists. So I'm just wondering, is there evidence to provide that there was another universe before this?
I'm literally not going to engage in your conversation because you don't even know what the Big Bang Theory is. So
Big Bang
So
Theory is two
please
atoms
elaborate to us.
colliding.
Sorry to interject, but before if after
Wait.
is not if you're not
Yes,
engaging.
I was still waiting to finish this cosmological. Okay, so we're talking about God, right? In case I'm missing something here, are we still talking about God, sir?
Yeah. So the what I'm doing is that I am doing like a taking more like logical rational explanation for the existence of God. So that's the most important
Logical,
question here.
logical and rational.
Yes.
How did we get from a conversation about God? How did we go to the Big Bang Theory? I mean, how did we take that leap?
So
Start of
that's
time.
that's to say that a universe cannot come from nothing. There's something cannot come out of nothing. That's it's a logical
The
thought
theory
process
of
to it.
mass and everything
Why?
as well.
Please don't. Just hold on. I'm trying to listen, please.
Yeah. So it's a modern argument about existence or about it is that whatever begins to exist has a cause, right? And the
Okay, hold
second
on,
premise
hold
has
on,
to be
hold on. 1 second, 1 second. It's either God exists or he doesn't exist. I'm a very basic girl. I am,
mhm,
right? It's either the God exists or it does not
yes.
exist. And whatever this thing is that you're trying to do, this to me, it just like somebody trying to bullshit me into
Kalam cosmological
thinking
argument
that
is
there is no. Hold on, please. Let me finish. Trying to bullshit me into some kind of merry-go-round into whatever it is that you're talking about, right? And just prove that the God exists. That's all. It's very
yes. So
simple. Prove that the God
I'm
exists.
using the premises to create God exists. So the premise is this, right? Whatever begins to exist has a cause, and the second premise is
Says
universe
who?
begin to
Says
exist.
who?
Therefore,
Says who? Who says that
that is the
whatever?
cosmological argument.
Okay, can we let's start with whatever exists has to have a cause.
Mhm.
Where do you get that information from?
So everything that, for example, you have a phone, right? A phone cannot be. Let's say when you look at a phone, you don't say that that phone came out, uh, assembled itself. There has to be intelligent creator that has to assemble it, right? By the logical deduction, we go that forward to say that this has a cause of the existence because there's an intelligence creator. Similarly, universe under the Big Bang has been created as per the theory of Big Bang. It refers that the universe came from nothing and it became part of everything, right? Whereas part of the Kalam's cosmological argument is specifying that because universe exists out of nothing, there has to be a cause because something cannot come from nothing. You
So
understand? So that's the logical.
does this Kalam cosmological argument lead to Allah?
So that's where I would
That's why you
postulate it
that's why
to
you that's
forward.
why you debunk it to like
Does it
different
lead to
gods.
Allah?
Yes,
Yeah.
It does lead to Allah, yeah?
yes.
Or take us to Allah then. I don't know. Take us to Allah with this
So you're basically saying,
Kalam cosmological argument.
yeah. So you're just telling us that as long as you don't see physical evidence of something, it doesn't exist. Is that what you're saying?
No, I didn't say that.
But you said for me to take you to Allah. But are you
Yeah,
referring to
what I'm saying
explain
is,
it?
I already
Mhm.
said, either the God exists or it does not exist. whatever it is that you're doing with your Kalam cosmological argument, right? I asked, will it take us to Allah? Will it get us to the point where Allah exists?
Yes,
if you can
because
get, I want you to get to the point where Allah exists.
yes. So this is what I'm trying to ascertain. I'm using logical postulation to create a conclusion that the existence of God, Allah, is the reason why the existence of everything, all the beginning has. So it's, you cannot just I cannot just so I am building an argument.
Building an argument.
Yeah, so I've given you the first evidence,
Like
which is
Bob
an
the
argument
Builder.
commonly used, cosmological argument, Kalam's cosmological argument. Next one is a fine tuning.
Wait, hold on. Are we done with the Kalam?
Yes, I'm going to the next one.
No, don't go.
Okay.
I thought the Kalam cosmological argument was supposed to get us to Allah. Now we're moving again. We're going somewhere.
Well, he's glossing over.
There's multiple ways to say existence of God.
No. I started speaking before you chimed in. He's glossing over the fact that, first of all, the Big Bang Theory is not a pinpoint to the source of creation. To postulate a creation is to presuppose that our existence was created. We have an expansion of the universe that we can see. No scientist will conclude the origin of the universe, or if there was an origin, or because it could always just have existed. We don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody witnessed it.
The universe is infinite.
And how do you explain where your God came from?
Infinite regression.
Exactly.
Infinite regression. Please, can you explain to the ladies here?
There's a time
Orion, I'm sorry to interject, but I just have to say this. This whole bullshit of explaining to the ladies as if we cannot understand you on an intellectual level when Deborah has literally just showed you how fucking stupid you are is not nice.
Deborah only said that something
comes
from nothing. That's completely viable.
Personally, for me, one second, I do not tolerate trying to segregate, saying that women cannot understand by calling us ladies, because that insinuation is very vivid in Islam.
So I meant it just in general. Ladies,
you're having a conversation with Afro. She understands you. We understand you. You don't have to explain it to us and dumb it down to us because you're sexist yourself.
Okay. Let's soft pedal. Let's soft pedal because he said explain to the ladies. So I don't know if it was intended in that way. But I would, just for the sake of the conversation, okay, take it for what it is. He said, explain it to the ladies. So please explain it to us.
Adam?
What, infinite regression?
Yes,
I already explained this on the past live. You can't infinitely go back and have a provider for everything. There comes a point in time where there's a source, there's a starting point. And that starting point, we believe, is God.
Perfect.
So there's a starting point.
Perfect. You made a bold claim.
The starting point. The starting point is God. Okay, where do you get that information from? How do you know that? Guys, can we tap on the screens? And also, can we send some roses, please? Nobody's gifting. And nobody's sharing the live. Guys, click on the link. Click on the share. Come on. Been here for, let's see, how many? And guys, come on, please. Double tap on your screens. Send some roses. Right. Okay. So where were we? We're talking about
infinite regression.
What I don't understand.
Afro, I think we've heard this conversation before about infinite regression, where it's stating that it has to have a singular point in time of where things started. And I think usually they bring up the Quran verse where they state that Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam started the universe with a pen, the symbolism of a pen.
Okay.
Okay, I try to be respectful.
Guys, okay, I've heard this conversation. I've heard these arguments. Listen, I'm not.
But you said you didn't heard of
in
the
this.
infinite.
No, right now. I want to hear from you.
Yeah.
What exactly you are talking about? Trust me, I've heard about the Kalam cosmological arguments. I've heard about the fine-tune argument. I've heard all these things. But when I'm talking to somebody I've not met before, and they're bringing up these arguments and a conversation about God, hello, what do you mean? Where are you coming from? Right. This is the reason why I was asking the questions that I was asking. So yeah.
So you're familiar. So are you familiar with the law of conservation and mass of energy?
Just 1 second. Demigod had a question.
Okay, Demigod.
Okay. Thank you. I just want to ask you one quick question because my background is so noisy. I'll mute for a while now.
Okay, your background is noisy, so you okay. When you're ready, let me know.
Hold on.
Are you ready to ask the
I'm
question?
ready now.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. The Muslim guy came up with a saying that anything that exists has a cause, and that's cosmological argument. So if your Allah exists, what caused your Allah to exist? That's what I want to ask you.
And that's where infinite regression comes from.
That's where the infinite regression comes on. The infinite regression theory is used as a logical explanation.
No, it's not logical, Orion. It's a way to avoid to dodge the question, because wherever there is a cause, there must be something that caused that cause. So
God is, by definition,
does
is
not, if your
uncreated
God
being.
does not have a cause, that's why you want to use this argument, because you cannot provide an answer. It's a silly excuse.
Hey, Susan.
So can I just? Hello. So can I answer something?
I want. Wait, hold on, please. Gentlemen, I want you to understand. We do not believe in your God, right? And we don't believe the claims made by your books and by your religion. So if you're going to make a claim about your God being this or being that, I'm sorry, you will have to substantiate that claim, right? So yeah, please go on.
We can only use through logical and reasoning, through the very simply Kalam cosmological argument, the fine-tuning argument, the evolution of the nature, especially the for example, there is a massive number of missing links that hasn't been specified. Also, the specifics about the Kalam cosmological argument and ontological argument, right? These are all used as a basis to ascertain that the existence of there's an uncreated being. The definition of God, if you look at it, is an uncreated being. So it cannot have a cause to begin with.
Where do you get that definition? Where do you get that definition from? An uncreated being.
Our God.
Yeah. So I will give you right now.
Where do you get that definition from?
So I'll give you both from Islamic source and from secular sources. Both. Would that be okay?
God is an uncreated being.
Yes.
Yeah.
How is he an uncreated being? He's just a being that just was uncreated. And if he's an uncreated being, how do you know that?
Because existence of universe.
No,
something
not
coming
universe.
From
I'm not talking about the universe. I'm talking about this being. Now, the being in question.
Okay.
If he is an uncreated being, so this being was uncreated, right?
Yes.
How did you know about this being if he's uncreated?
Because
an uncreated being cannot exist.
Because he sent down the books, Quran.
An uncreated being that cannot exist. Uncreated being. What the hell is that?
And also they're jumping things, which is not very because for example, a Muslim just stated that either Allah or the angels brought down the Quran, which is not true. It's factually not true.
You just need to give him a time to explain
You say factually, but what scientific proof is there that it's not factually true? Can you explain?
Because it's even stated in the hadiths that the Quran was what was passed down through visions to Prophet Muhammad in different times of his life. And neither were any of them written down until 40 years after his death.
That's generation
That's not.
actually.
Oh wow.
Generation.
That was actually written at the time by
It was not
one of his
written.
companions.
The Quran was an oral tradition. It was an oral tradition until 40 years after he had passed away. And it was only because of Abu Bakr and other companions who then stated that it had to be written down. And therefore it was then known as the Quran. So factually speaking, not scientifically speaking, factually speaking, that is incorrect and a blatant lie.
Well, okay, can I explain? Okay, so you know why we made it into written format. So because you understand how quick Islam was, you understand how quick the Islam conquest was at the time. They were spreading like wildfire at that time. They were spreading to Persia, they were spreading to Europe, they were spreading
You're
very
not
quickly.
spreading. That was due to imperialism. So the reason why it was spreading, even in the Quran, it states about the different battles, like Battle of Badr. So when it was stating in the Quran how Islam actually became conquered outside of Asia, it was due to imperialism, which is the same thing it took from Christianity when it came to
imperialism.
colonialism.
Okay, you
It is imperialism because when you use force to convert other people.
I have finished. We're trying to listen. Please let her finish.
Thank
and
you,
hey,
Abby.
Goddess Reggie.
So when I say it's imperialism, if I were to take it from Christianity, right? When I'm talking about how the missionaries came into places like Congo, Malawi, Uganda, Nigeria, etc., that's imperialism because it was use of force as well as other psychological tactics to impose power onto other people. That's the same thing that Muslim people did because in the Quran itself, in the Quran itself, it talks about the type of battles that occurred. And during those battles of conquest is when Islam was quote unquote spread. What do you call that? That is called colonialism.
Can I explain though? Okay, so when the Islamic empire spread, the Rashidun Caliphate or Umayyad Caliphate, whatever you like to call it. Okay, so when they spread, they offered different aspects. So first one, jizya, the tax. If you want to live under the empire and just like you don't want to fight a war with them or anything, you just have to pay the tax, same as everyone else. Yeah, so you're just a normal citizen, part of them. You don't have to convert to Islam. Second one, you convert to Islam. I mean, that's your choice.
Why does God resort to violence?
Why does God resort to
Thank
violence?
you, Deborah. I always wonder the exact same thing.
I mean, does he not have any other option than violence? Like, is he mentally unstable and not emotionally balanced well enough to have conversations with people?
How is paying
he
tax?
has to use violent men to spread this?
How is paying tax violent? Can you explain?
And
really
also
like to know.
learning your again.
Let me respond.
If he didn't want to go to war, then he could pay a tax. So you have like this false dichotomy existing. So war or tax, right? Why is that the only option available?
Or you could convert to Islam.
So here's the thing. Can I just
I'm trying to speak, please. Okay, so here we are talking about somebody's ideas, somebody's ideology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody came up with this belief system that has never been proven to be real, right? Never been proven to be real. And now they want us to pay them for a belief or an idea that has never been proven to be real. That is criminal.
Do you understand paying taxes would be the same?
It's criminal. It is criminal for anyone.
Taxes. That is what we call extortion, right?
Yeah, extortion.
No different than me telling you right now, learning Muslim, either give me what you have or I'm going to put my hands on you. It's extortion.
No. First of all, taxation has been a civilized conduct. Listen.
Can I please finish? So if I believe that fairies, right? Fairies are under my bed, and I decide to take my belief to everyone in the world and say to them, you either believe this or you pay me taxes. I'm sorry, that is criminal. So no, what kind of God tells people go and spread a religion if they don't accept it, collect money? That God must be mental. My goodness.
Sorry, so taxation is a natural way to raise money for the state, right?
So,
if you went
not for a belief,
money is
not
natural.
for a belief system.
That's
Not
not.
for a belief system. Not for
How can money be natural?
belief
Do
system.
you guys pay tax or no?
Why does this God need money?
guys don't believe in paying taxes. How crazy
Why
is
does
that?
an all-powerful God need money?
Did God create the money? Why does he need the money?
Excuse me. You are not
Like anything, it's a
no,
tool.
you are not
God doesn't
going
need the
to-
money. It's the people of God. It's the
Excuse me.
empire who needs the money.
Can you please hold on? This is what I don't like. You come up here, right? You're trying to tell us about your religious ideas, right? Because we don't agree, you automatically then say we don't believe in paying taxes. We pay taxes. What is wrong with you? We pay taxes, right? And this is by the government of our respective countries, not somebody's belief system. Why should anyone be paying taxes? And any monies that you pay to a belief system, how is that a tax? How is that a tax? That is extortion.
Also, before you try to say that, well, you pay taxes in your country or whatever, well, my taxes do something for me and for people that I wanted to do. Not all of it. For example, I have free healthcare, but at the same time, I pay for it because they take it out of my paycheck. So it goes to something worthwhile, not just, oh, either you get down with Allah or you pay me. No.
No, it's crazy.
Ryan, I want to ask you a question. Do you know this God or do you believe in him?
I believe in and I understand who God is.
Okay, so
what I'm
question.
trying to
Okay, chill.
Everyone had a lot of talk.
No,
Can I just
you have
a
answered my
chance to-
question. Let me ask you another question. So, how can a belief justify another belief? Answer that.
Okay, so justified for what?
How
what sort of
can your
question?
belief justify a belief, and that belief, how can it justify another belief? In short, can a belief justify another belief? Yes or no?
I'm not sure. Like, this is such a convoluted question.
No, it's a yes or no question. Can a belief justify another belief?
I'm not even understanding the
Yes,
premise.
then answer yes or no.
I don't know. Adam, can you able to make sense of what he just said?
Can you, Bullets, even I am struggling. What do you mean belief justify a belief? What does that, what are you trying to say?
Okay, what I mean is this, all right? This guy believes in a God that is not existing.
That's
so
your premise.
Wait, hey, listen, I'm explaining. You said you don't understand. Please.
Okay.
Right? So what I mean is this. If he believes in a God, Allah, this God itself, it's a belief. You understand? The God Allah is a belief. So, and he wants to justify Allah is in existence because he believes in a belief that Allah is there. So Allah himself, the belief in Allah now, how can Allah, the belief, justify itself? It's impossible.
First of all, because I initially mentioned that we specified that there's the existence of Allah, which is why we used all these.
It's a belief. It's a belief.
Presuppositional. That's a presuppositional.
I have every right
fallacy.
to presupposition, but I wanted to quickly ask because you talked about imperialism. It's really funny because
no, answer my question.
It seems to me like the European imperialism
answer my
was pushed
question
into
first.
Islamic paradigm.
Now
we didn't have that same sort of toxic imperialism like yours.
Orion, don't dodge this. I've explained now. Can you tell everybody here, can a belief justify another belief? Yes or no?
No, you need to have a substantial presupposition to, justify a belief. So you need to have evidence and empirical. empirical evidence and there's a logical argument to justify a belief. Otherwise, you cannot just believe for the sake of belief.
No. What if we reject the logical argument?
No, I'm not gonna reject the logical argument. That's the whole point.
What if we reject it? Come on. We don't have to
That's your own choice, isn't it? I'm not gonna put it.
We don't have to accept these logical arguments for this.
Okay, so you don't believe in logic, then what's the point in going any forward? Because you just say you guys are illogical, so there's no forward to this case.
How is belief in a God logical?
I believe.
Well, I can always put in.
Wait, I'm trying to speak. Okay, we're talking about a God, right? It's
okay.
It's foolishness to try and use a logical argument to prove that a God exists. That is pure foolishness.
According to you, that's
okay.
that's your own assumption.
To me. I mean, if a God requires people to use arguments, right? So an argument is my premise,
logical argument,
premise, right? Premise A, premise B. Premise, do you accept premise A? Yes, I accept premise A. Now we move on to premise B.
And so you don't believe in logic and reasoning. How is that going to work going forward?
Therefore, God, that kind of God is just no.
So wait, you don't want. How do you want to? Okay, so in your what universe?
That's a useless.
Okay,
that one.
No. You want no logical explanation for the God. So the existence of God, evidence. Wait. So instead, you want something completely magical. How's that even logical to begin with? It's crazy. It's absolutely.
Orion. Okay, go on and provide a logical argument for Allah. Go on and do it.
I just did. It's like going in a circle, like a broken record, right? Like me and Adam has provided.
No, you didn't.
You don't want to accept it. That's your choice. It's not like we did it. It's your choice that you don't want to choose.
It was not logical. Do you think you can provide a logical argument for Allah?
To you, is it square circle can exist?
No. Excuse me.
Okay, I'm just asking you. Can square circle exist?
Us to Allah. Your argument
I gotta drop.
did not get us.
Thank you for having me up here, Afro.
All right. Thank you. Your argument at no point did it get us to Allah. And I'm asking you, provide logical argument for Allah.
I just did. I've already explained to you multiple times throughout about Kalam cosmological argument. We talked about the fine-tuning. You even know about the infinite regression.
Let's do it again, right?
Kalam. No, you're in a broken record.
Let's do it again. Right? Let's get to Allah. Come on. Kalam. Let's do the Kalam. All right. Do the Kalam and get to Allah.
Okay. I'm gonna take it there. Okay. So the premise is, right? The premise number 1 is that whatever begins to exist has a cause. Premise number 2, the universe began to exist. Therefore, universe is a cause to its existence. And the universe to exist means that there has to be an uncreated being based on the infinite regression to bring.
Can we stop at premise 1? Please, let's take the premises one at a time, okay? One at a time, the premises. So, what was premise number 1 again, please? Premise number 1 was what again? Please, what was premise number 1?
Can you please unmute? Maybe somebody mute it.
Sorry, it was on mute. Yeah, whatever begins to exist has a cause.
Whatever begins to exist
has a cause.
Has a cause. So are you saying that does Allah exist?
Allah always existed without any cause.
Does Allah exist?
That's the difference.
Yes.
You have to show that, sir.
No. Does Allah exist? Yes or no?
Allah exists.
Okay. So whatever
without any input from an external source.
Whatever begins to exist must have a cause. So what is the cause for the existence of Allah?
The cause for the existence doesn't exist because God is, in his definition, is an uncreated being without any cause.
That's the definition, but that you have to show that that is so. You can't show that that is so. So we reject that.
How would you want me to? I can bring a Quranic
You have
verse.
to demonstrate. I don't know. It's you making the argument. So you can't even use the Quran. Quran is the claim. Okay. So how will you show that your God exists?
No, we reject that. This is so simple. One second. This is.
I am going there.
Just
give me a second.
Excuse me. This is very simple. Whatever begins to exist must have a cause, right? So Allah began to exist, or Allah exists, whatever the case. So if Allah, right, based on his own premise, Allah exists, that means Allah must have a cause. So what was the cause that what was the cause that started off Allah? Can you tell us? What caused Allah to start to exist?
Maybe Afro, we can tell him to use some logic. He use his personal human logic to explain that. Okay. Because he said some things has to be logic. So Orion, please apply your human logic here, not your godly knowledge. Apply logic here.
I already used infinite regression theory.
No, use your own logic.
Infinite regression is not a problem.
By the way, I'm allowed to use established reasoning.
Orion, listen.
Orion, let me tell you something real quick. Before you go, right? I don't think that you should keep this argument going, because the truth of the matter is the format that you're using, you don't know how to use it right. You contradicted yourself the very first statement that you said. If you're
Reggie, what happened?
Hello?
Yeah, so Orion, in short, what I'm trying to say...
One second. Reggie, where did you go?
It may be internet or call.
Okay, so here is a verse, which is Allah describing what he is in his truest form.
Sir, that is not evidence.
Hold on, please.
Okay, so you don't want to go with any Kalam cosmological argument, where basically it says, right, that existence of the universe has to have a cause, right? In that case, if there was no cause, what was the cause for the universe to come into existence?
We reject that, sir, because you don't know.
Why?
We do not know. We don't know. We do not know. So, no. You can't. You have to show me a universe without a God.
Oh my goodness, Reggie, you were speaking.
It has to be falsifiable. You have to falsify your statement. How can you?
So you're going to reject it.
How can you show that there is a universe? This is a universe with a God, and this is a universe without a God. You don't have any other universes to compare it with. That's why I reject your statement.
Wait, that's because you believe
I reject your statement. No, I don't believe
you reject it because you're ignorant about it. You believe in infinite regression. That's your own issue.
It has to be no, sir.
Okay, Godless Reggie was speaking before he
before he cut out.
Go on, Godless.
Orion, you shouldn't use this format to debate because you don't know it the right way, right? The very first thing that you said, you literally contradicted yourself by saying that everything has a cause. That's why Afro was so willing to have this conversation with you, because it's an easy out for any atheist to ask you, what is Allah's cause? You can't answer it. Therefore, you should not use this to debate with anybody, because you're going to lose every time. Every time.
Because you all have a very specific, for example, I just given an example. He said, I don't believe in that premise that we don't have evidence for but you cannot then provide an evidence saying that God doesn't exist.
Orion, you see now what
can't come out of it. There's a creation ex nihilo. How can you complete?
You're not listening.
You're not the one who's listening. You're basically saying creation ex nihilo is completely normal.
Orion, pause. You don't have to be getting on like that.
Yeah, well, that's
if you
four
want to have a
guys
discussion,
shouting.
we can have a discussion, but you don't have to get on like that.
Yeah, Mike, you're just shouting like a
gentleman. I said
like somebody on a period. Let me just finish my
sir. No,
example.
you don't get to do that.
Please stop it. Stop talking like a police, right?
No,
I'm gonna talk.
Let's deal with
I want to
thing,
explain.
please. No, you just made a statement about women and use a derogatory term about women.
I didn't say anything derogatory about
yes,
women.
Yes, you did. You said you don't have to get on like a woman before
You have a thin
period.
skin,
That's
mate.
what you just said, sir.
Yeah, you
don't do
You
that
do.
here.
You do. That's why you're just getting triggered.
You don't
You're getting
do that here.
triggered so quickly. It's
You are
unbelievable.
being derogatory and condescending to women.
Voices, please.
Can I speak real quick?
No raising of voices, please.
Thank you. I
Let
appreciate
us
it.
talk, man.
Yeah. So peace and blessings to you all. And I'll give you a
You muted him.
Why? Why do you mute him? No, let him.
I am Muslim, so I'm giving you the purpose for the existence of Allah. The purpose,
sir. Before you continue, no, stop. Before you continue, Afro,
stop stopping. Let him talk.
That gentleman, this gentleman that is now speaking, not the one that is speaking at present, to that step in. The guy before, he dropped a snide remark about women. He said, "You're getting on like a woman with a period," and that needs to be addressed. That needs to be addressed.
It's okay. That's fine. That's absolutely
fine.
God. You know, it's
People
okay.
make mistakes.
I'm not trying to. It's okay. I mean, it just shows the kind of person he is. So,
oh my God, you guys are character assassination.
Yeah. So let me get back to my quick statement, and then I'm gonna leave.
Can I just talk, please? The gentleman that is speaking said something about the purpose of Allah. No, what we were asking is what caused the existence of Allah. That was the question that was asked.
Okay. Well, I'll give you the cause for the existence of Allah. It's to keep people who may have the tendency to go off track from going off track. For example, if I see you in the street and I say I don't like you and I decide to hit you upside the head, or I can think about Allah and say, you know something, let me go this way. You might do me wrong or, do something that's unjustifiable, and I might feel bad about it and I might want to retaliate, but yet I can turn to Allah and say, you know something, Allah, give me peace. So I can
You're
deal
listening
with
to
this.
yourself, mister.
You understand?
Brother.
See,
Thank you.
Is that a cause?
Gentlemen, people like
You know now, Taha, excuse me, Taha, exactly what you're portraying.
Is that a cause?
Disrespectful because you're one
Taha,
of my
what
points.
you are
Hold up.
portraying right
Young man,
now,
slow down. Don't be
it's something.
disrespectful. You're one of my
Taha.
points. You're an example, right?
No.
You didn't think about Allah.
You are just
before
portraying
cutting me off.
ignorance.
You just decided to cut me off. You didn't have no discipline to
That
say,
is
let me
very
let this man
illogical.
finish. You just decided to cut me off. You're an example.
Because you're not
That's the
making
purpose.
sense.
Taha, finish, please.
You understand? You're an example. Instead of you stopping to think before cutting me off, you decide to cut me off. A person who believes in Allah and decides to stop and think about Allah before they
What
cut
you're
somebody
talking does
off.
not make sense. That's why we
You
brought
understand
you
what
up,
I'm
bro.
saying?
What are you talking about?
That means you
What
have
are you
no
saying?
discipline.
We don't understand shit, man.
I finish.
We don't
You just
understand
came in.
shit.
Let him have a word.
What are you talking about?
How is that a cause?
You don't have any discipline.
You're going
How is
elsewhere.
that
We
a
call you
cause?
back. You're
You don't
saying
have
we
no
don't have.
discipline.
Subjective
What are
morality.
you talking
So
about?
they can say tomorrow that if they sleep with their mother or their father, it's completely fine between siblings.
You have no discipline. You understand? Like when I was talking earlier, when I hold on.
No,
Go ahead.
Taha,
Go ahead.
you're asked to provide for us what caused Allah to begin to exist. And you said it was to put people in check.
That's right.
So Allah exists just to put people in check.
That's the starting cause. That's the starting cause. All the other stuff we can't explain.
What is this guy saying? What are you saying,
All
man?
the other stuff we
What
can't
caused
explain.
plane to exist?
Hold
Humans.
on. Can you give us where you get this in the Quran, please?
You want to know where I get this in the Quran?
Yes.
All right, Surah Al-Baqarah, ayats 1 to 2 and 3.
What
book.
number is Surah Al-Baqarah?
That's number 2. This is the book.
So,
In it is guidance.
One second. So, Surah Al-Baqarah, and what number, please?
Ayats 1, 2, and 3.
So God is a street vendor.
So Surah 2.
So you're such an ignorant guy. You can't answer logical argument previously. You decided to do ad hominem attack. Terrible.
Okay, please. You said it's Surah number 2.
That's Surah number 2, ayat number 1.
Ayah number 1 says, so Surah 2:1. Surah 2:1 says, Alif Lam Mim.
Surah 2, ayat 2. This is the book. There's no doubt about it. God
Alif, it says Alif Lam Mim.
Right, those are the letters. Those are the Arabic alphabets.
So any
But you got to read from 1 on down. You really got to read the whole Quran. I'm sure you probably have.
So wait, let me. So this is the book about which there is no doubt, a guidance for those conscious of Allah, who believes in the unseen, establish prayer, and spend out of what we have provided for them, and who believe in what has been revealed to you, O Muhammad. Ooh. So wait, people are supposed to believe what was revealed to Muhammad?
All right, so that you know, in that ayat, right?
Hold on, let me read it to everybody.
The brother finished.
Everyone, please let me read this. It says, this is ayah 2 number 4 says, and who believe in what has been revealed to you, O Muhammad. Right? So people are supposed to believe in what was revealed to Muhammad and what was revealed before you, and of the hereafter they are certain in faith. So people are supposed to believe what was revealed to Muhammad.
And the before, the previous scriptures, is to reaffirm the correction from all the discrepancy from the previous scripture, which is why Quran is called the Furqan, the criterion.
The Quran doesn't say to correct the discrepancies. It doesn't say that.
So
and
hold on a second.
Taha, excuse me, Taha. You mentioned, I thought she was supposed to read something that your Allah is a street vendor. When we are walking in the street, we can meet him there.
You have no discipline. You're just all over.
Yeah.
You said when you walk in the street.
You're just all over the place.
You're ridiculous. Bullet, you don't even have it.
Gentlemen, you're here to tell us about your faith. When you start telling people who are not of your faith, you start saying to them, oh, you have no discipline, oh, you have this, oh, you
That's an example.
How do you want someone to be receptive to whatever you've got to say?
That's an example.
But you said Allah is in the streets. You gave the example. Taha, you start by when you are in the street and Allah, the street vendor, is on the street, he will help you, he will do this and this and this. You said it. You.
Bullets King. You're an example, right? If I say, let me be mindful and keep
why did you bring the street example? Is Allah in the streets?
Let's talk about Allah, please.
That's nonsense example. That's very nonsense.
Let's talk about Allah. Let's stop with this stop with all this, ego trip. No, not necessary. So, Taha, do you have evidence for the existence of Allah?
Yeah, I don't hurt nobody. There's a lot of people who don't hurt nobody. There's a lot of people in the world trying to do good opposed to doing bad. That's the existence. If you're looking to prove anything beyond the human brain comprehension, that's not going to happen because we cannot comprehend that. We're humans.
It is not about comprehending.
If
The question was, do you have evidence?
What's going on in the universe, and you have no evidence of it, then you're just going beyond your human comprehension. You know what I'm saying?
The question was, do you have evidence of God's existence?
Hey,
that's the
question.
Oh, Jesus.
You went on rambling about something that isn't the question.
I have evidence of God's
existence. You guys always need proof, bro.
Can we please,
proof for every small thing in the world.
Can we please provide it, please?
I am of God's existence. Now you can look all over the place for
You
other
give
reasons.
us,
If
provide.
you can't look inside yourself to find God, then I can't help you with that. But that's all I have to say.
Your mom's bitch.
Because it's a fairy tale.
Oh, they both gone at the same time because they know they can. Listen, this whole Allah,
Allah remove them. Allah call them back to order.
I'm sure right now.
Look at the verse that I read. It says, and who? It says, listen, it says, and this book is about which there is, it says, this is crazy. It says, this is the book about which there is no doubt. A guidance for those conscious of Allah, who believe in the unseen, establish prayer, and spend out of what we have provided for them, and who believe in what has been revealed to you, O Muhammad, and what was revealed before you, and of the hereafter they are certain in faith. So this Allah reveals it to this one guy, reveals things to this one person, and then expect the rest of the world to believe in that thing that he's revealed to this one guy. I mean, what are we doing here?
It was not even something related to what he was speaking about even.
Can you imagine? And grown adults will believe this? Huh? Grown adults will believe this. They ran away. They ran because maybe they thought that this was a place where they could come and talk their nonsense, talking about the Kalam cosmological arguments and infinite regress. You can talk about all the arguments. Will it lead us to Allah?
It will not. Infinite regress is something they just want to go like in a circle. The same, go to the same point, go back. They will never provide you with a tangible or solid.
The infinite regress can also lead us to Mandingo. The infinite regress can also lead us to the flying space monkeys. Right?
Yeah.
So what are you talking about? It's crazy, these people. So if you're a Christian, especially if you know anything at all about this conversation here that I've got, I would like to, speak to you. But for those of you who do not know, so the topic today is this gentleman calls himself a preacher / prophet / pastor / whatever it is these people are calling themselves. Oh, he's an apostle. Now, this is one of those problematic apostles. The amount of scandals that this guy has been associated with. But for some way, nobody can pin anything on him. Ladies come along and they accuse, they give their testimony of sleeping with him. They describe the sexual escapades with this man, right? And these people say, look, I'm ready to say this anywhere. As soon as this man hears what's been said about him, he starts to threaten to sue. In fact, not even threaten, he actually sues them, right? Sues them, and the courts just have found, okay, one of them, she has to pay 10 million naira. And after then, you see those ladies coming and apologizing to this man. Oh, I said something wrong. But this man, you should hear videos of him saying, if you come for me, I will come for you. He says, it might take me time, but by the time I am done with you, you will regret that you ever came for me. He stood there on his preaching platform and said these things. Yet this man is still a leader of a church. This man has said things that should by now have written him off. This man was telling Christians, he said, get your, unalive Muslims. Anywhere you see the Muslims, unalive them. And when they came and got this man to say why, the DSS, the security services, came to say, look, why would you be saying something like that to the people? Now he started crying. Oh, they're trying to arrest me. Oh, he said, this man sat there and he said, if the DSS, he said, if I spend one day with the DSS, this were the words out of his mouth. If I spend one day with the DSS, he says, I have churches in how many countries? About 40 countries all over the world. There will be a war. He said those churches just need to go to whatever embassy and there will be a war starting. He said in Nigeria alone, I have nearly 1 million followers. He said the havoc that would be committed or would be done if I spend one day with the security services. He said it would take 1 year to repair. He said the damage that will be done in Nigeria if I am arrested by the DSS, he said it will take 1 year to. How does a preacher, a pastor, how do you sit there and make such statements like that? The guy is a nuisance. This Apostle Johnson Suleman, he is a nuisance. And at some point, people need to start having this conversation. So long as you have preachers like Apostle Johnson Suleman, he is making a mockery of your religion you call Christianity. He's making a mockery of it by himself. How can you have somebody like this and you say that this religion is doing anything for people in that country? This man stood on his platform and said during the pandemic, he bought his third private jet. He's got 1, 2, and 3. He has bought his third private jet during the pandemic, that he was praying that the pandemic does not end, because that was the period when he made all that money. A preacher saying that on his platform. The same preacher, he has said all sorts of things. But did you guys hear about his toilet teleportation miracle? This guy came and told
I've heard about it.
grown adults that one of his followers living in France, God wanted to send that person to give the people in Germany a message. So God wanted this man to go to Germany and give people in Germany a message, because God cannot raise for himself people in Germany to speak for himself. No, God cannot use the telephone. God cannot use email. God cannot use whatever device. No, God wants somebody from France to go to Germany to go and deliver his so-called God message. God now picks somebody who does not have the right documents, the right immigration documents to travel from France to Germany. And God says, I want you to go. And the guy starts going. He says, go to the airport. He goes to the airport and God says, now join the queue. He joins the queue. God is speaking to him. God is saying, you will go to France and go and deliver the message. He gets on the queue and God says, now go to the toilet. He goes to the toilet in France. He sits on the toilet and God said, pray. He starts praying. He starts praying. By the time he opened his eyes, he was in the toilet in Germany. This clown here said that this man was, he was, God, God wanted to send him from France to Germany to go and deliver a message. And God says, go and sit on the toilet and pray. And he started praying and he found himself in the toilet in Germany. And then he came out and went and gave the messages to the people, right? And then he came back to the airport. He said, God, how am I going to go back? And God said, how did you come? Did you not come via the toilet? God said, go back to the toilet and go and sit there and pray. And he went back on the toilet and prayed.
What about his luggage? What about his luggage, his bags? Did they go with him from the toilet?
Tell me, God, you're asking about luggage. God just made this guy a criminal. He has broken international laws. You don't go from one country to another country without the right documents. This man needs to produce the man who did that.
Maybe God was reminding him the tissue.
Your God has just made you break the law in what do you call it, in Germany. German law.
Do you know the funniest part? Host, do you know the funniest part? Intelligent people are the ones sitting down listening to this guy.
Yes.
People with degree, first class, second class upper are the ones sitting down listening to this guy lying. Pure lie, transparent lie. It's so very obvious that people are so brainwashed to the extent that they can't even detect what is lie and what is not lie.
Exactly.
Very sad. This same guy was driving in a bulletproof car. He was attacked by armed robber or terrorists. They gunned down his security personnel down to death. This guy was saved just because he was inside a bulletproof car. Because of that, he came out publicly and be shouting on media that it is God that saved him. That he even know those who came to attack him. I was like, wow. Assuming Nigeria is a well-functioning country, that the government are very, very well organized, this guy is supposed to be arrested by now. Because he opened his mouth and said he knew those who came to attack him. Right? And he said it's God that saved him. God saved you. What about those that sacrificed their life for you? And it's because you were inside a bulletproof car. You cannot even appreciate those that came out with the idea of a bulletproof car. You are thanking God. This is so very sad, man. This is so very sad. And people are listening to this guy. And last time I watched his video, he was, performing miracle alert. Like God will send money from heaven down to your account. And those people that God has sent money to, they are still poor. Why can't God just send you $1 billion?
Yeah, because the God is a failure. Because the God is a weak, just very weak and useless. This God has failed. And the sooner people start addressing this topic of this God, the Godism that has affected the minds of people, the better. Imagine believing that a God is going to come and give you money and you call it miracle money. But is that miracle money they call it? Yeah, is it
miracle alert? Yeah? Miracle alert.
God is going to come and give you money. He's going to drop money into your account in the name of miracle money. Really? Hey, Raskilo.
Hello, host. How you doing, host?
Hey, I'm good, Raskilo. We're here talking about some clowns.
Oh, these people are always going to be clowns. Demi, what's up? Long time, Demi, brother.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Long time no see, no talk.
Nice one. I thought they said that this pastor gave you $20 billion.
For me to stop spreading the message, right?
Yes.
Oh man. Nobody, no pastor.
Yeah, these people are jokers, real jokers.
They are jokers, and every one of them is fake. Every one of them is fake, and this is why I'll take my time and be talking about each and every one of them. The one I can remember, the one I can bring here, right? Maybe tomorrow I will talk about the cult that I grew up in, and that is what is his name? Kumuyi. What do you call that? Deeper Life Church, right? That's where I grew up, in the Deeper Life Church. And so at some point, people need to start asking the question, how is it that you have all these many men of God? Men of God. all preaching different doctrines. How can you have so many men of God, each have their own establishment, have their own church? They call it church, but it's just a business empire, right? So they have their own establishment and they tell you to come and give money to them. And when you do that, you are giving money to God. No, enough is enough. People need to wake up. People need to wake up. The God that they brought, the colonial masters brought to you, that God does not exist. That God does not exist. It is a scam. It's
Afro, I'm sorry, but have you read somebody saying what you're doing is not good? We need to respect somebody's faith. Look at this clown.
Respect faith?
Have you read that?
No, I don't respect faith of people. When your faith tells us that because two people ate a fruit in a garden, so now we are sinners. I'm sorry, I don't respect that crap. I don't know those two. They're not my family members. They're not my mother. They're not my father. They're not my brother. They're not my friends. So if they ate a fruit, that's on them. How is eating of the fruit got anything to do with me? It's ridiculous. And then these people will want me to accept that faith and now tell my children, my own children, that look, you need savior. You are no good. You are a sinner, and now you need a savior. No, such beliefs should not be respected. They should be trashed. You need to trash them.
But the other way around is, if you expect us to respect what you believe in, how about your book respecting people like me who don't believe in your faith? Your book don't have any respect for me. Your book tells me I'm a sinner. Your book tells me I'm going to die, blah, blah, blah. Your book calls me a fool. Where is my respect?
Exactly.
So what are you guys keep on talking about? People like you don't even know what your book says. You're talking about respect. Read your book and come back and let's have a conversation.
Exactly.
Actually, majority of them, they just wait for Sundays. They go there, they listen to one sweet verse that says, you sow what you reap, or you reap what you sow. Please invest, give the 10%. And that's what they do. And they go home. They have not taken time for themselves to read the Bible and see all the stupidity in the book. That's the main problem. The day this Christian will take time to read their Bible, they will run away.
Exactly.
According Jesus says, not that which you carry and put inside your mouth that make you a sinner or defile you. It is what cometh out of your mouth that make you a sinner or defile you. Jesus said that. He said, not what go inside the mouth defile a man, makes a man a sinner. It is what cometh out of your mouth, because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak. So Adam and Eve did not speak and commit sin. They ate the fruit. So you guys should not tag them sinner, not even their own generation, because I'm not the generation of Adam. The Bible is so confused, contradictory, confusion, mistakes, error, all are jam-packed inside the Bible. And the reason why these guys cannot even comprehend is because they read their religious text with bias and sentiment. They read it with bias and sentiment. They don't comprehend whether it makes sense or not, because they have been indoctrinated for years. So they thought that book is the word of God. No, we are here to open you guys' eyes to see the mistakes, errors, and contradiction in that book. We will open your eyes to the extent that you will realize that, hey, this is mistakes, and God can never make mistakes. In that case, God doesn't exist. Most especially the Bible God.
We've got someone on the panel, Albangbo.
Oh yes,
Good evening, Miss F.
We need to do faith. He's the one.
Yes, it was in the comments.
Respect.
In comments. So, are you a Christian, sir? Alban?
Hear me? My internet might go on and off. Can you hear me, Miss?
I can hear you. Yes.
Wait, give me 2 seconds. Let me just speak to a brother, to another brother, a man to man. Raskilo, where do you know me from to disrespect me, sir? Can't we be here and have opinions without being rude? Hmm?
What did I say to you as a man to man?
You called me a clown. Are you okay?
Yes, I called you a clown. Did you know what you also wrote out there?
Yeah, what did I write for you to call me a clown?
I called you a clown just because you told me I should not. What did you write? I forgot. I'm not even thinking about.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. You should not disrespect people like this.
Brother, I never disrespected.
Alban, you are a man.
Look, I want us, Mr. Raskilo, I'm not here to fight with you. I want us to continue.
Nobody's fighting. Do I look like we are fighting?
Do you think as an adult, you could take that back and apologize to me, sir?
No, I'm not.
Oh, that's nonsense.
Hold on. Let's deal with that, please. I'm gonna hold on. I apologize for calling you that. Please, as an adult, hold on. As an adult, your Bible that you believe in calls me
Bible? See, this is what I asked you.
Brother.
Raskilo,
Let me finish talking. Can I finish talking?
Okay, sorry, sir.
Can I finish? The book you defend, that is the Bible, calls me a fool. Can you apologize to me?
Okay, Raskilo, the first question I asked you is where do
you are not answering my question. You
where
are not
do you
answering
know
my question.
But you asked a question that don't make sense.
Brother,
but you mentioned the Bible. Who told you I'd read the Bible? Who told you?
But Alban, are you for real that you came up here because someone called you a clown? I'm calling you. You are a clown now.
I'm trying to say,
now. You are a clown.
Okay,
Alban, you are a clown. You are a big clown.
I'm trying to say,
if you came here to ask him to ask for forgiveness, you are a clown. I call you that.
I was trying to say,
you are a clown. I call you. What can you do about it?
I didn't know this was going to be comedy.
What are you going to do about it?
Bullets, if you hear me out, I was trying to say, Raskilo, I'm not even.
Let's do it man to man. Let's do it man to man.
We have a conversation about God.
But I'm not even Christian. I don't even read the Bible. So this is why I asked him. How could he say that?
Alban, can you have a conversation about God, please?
You're not a Christian.
Hey, Biggie, let's have a conversation about God. SPS, hello. How are you?
Raskilo already told me I read the Bible, which I'm not. My family are Christian, but me,
I want to have a conversation with you. Oh man, come on.
I'm listening.
What is the problem? Didn't this guy say I should apologize to him, and I've done it? So what are you ranting about?
You apologize.
But you just said about? You just told me about my book,
what
and I'm like,
ranting about, mother? Because you said I should apologize for calling you a clown. I did. What are you ranting about?
Alban, let's talk about God. Let's talk about God, please.
Okay, Alban, let me ask you a question.
Alban, wait, 1 second, please. I want to ask him, what God do you believe in, please, Alban?
The same God you believe in, Afro-Aphis. What God do you believe in this?
So if I call you a clown, I'm justified. You are a clown. You are a big clown.
So let me just talk to the lady. So you're here to do comedy.
If you're an adult, bro, shut up. If you're an adult, why would you answer a question with a question? And you call me a clown. I'm calling you a clown and you have a problem. You are a bigger clown.
You told me about my book, which is a Christian book. I told you that's not my book. Okay. I'm not Christian.
Clown. What do you believe in, clown? What do you believe in?
So are we doing comedy now?
Can you please answer my question? What God do you believe in?
Miss Aphis, I will.
Please, can you please answer my question? Okay, guys, let him unmute himself.
Miss Aphis. I'm talking with you. I'm not trying to ask a question for a question. I'm saying, what God are you talking about?
No, I'm asking.
Why should you be talking about our God? Why are you worshiping
No,
our
I'm
God?
talking.
Don't you
Let
have
me
your own
talk to
God?
the lady now. What's wrong with these people?
You are not intelligent enough to be here. You are not intelligent
Which
enough.
God are you talking to me about?
If you hear a name atheist and you ask if
I'm
she
talking
worships a
to
god,
Miss
brother,
Atheist.
you are a
Miss Atheist.
bigger clown. You are a bigger clown.
Now you have
see
made this
the
platform
name
a
Afro
circus.
atheist, and you asking what God does she serve? You are a bigger clown.
Say,
He's
what
making
God is he
Alban. You have
asking me
made this
about?
place a circus now. Actually, you are crowned a clown.
Are we talking or not?
Wait, I want to talk to you.
Yes, so I said, Miss, which God are you talking about?
Hold on. I asked you.
Yes,
Do
Miss.
you believe in God? You said yes, you do. Right?
No, I never said yes, I do. I said, which God are you talking about?
Do you believe in God?
No.
You don't believe in God?
No, you see, you're too fast. No, I don't. I take myself as an intelligent man. I read like you.
You said earlier on that you believe in the same God that I believe in. Those were
meaning what? That's why I said to you, what God do you believe in? That's why I asked you, so that we can get to what I'm trying to say. What God do you believe in, Miss?
You said you believe in the God, whatever God that I believe in, right?
Yeah. What God is that?
That is assuming that is insinuating that you believe in a God.
No, what God do you believe in, Miss?
Can you not see my name? I'm an atheist. I'm an atheist.
So I just told you, me, I don't believe in God. I don't know if that's called atheist, but that's not what I call myself.
So you're an atheist.
You see now?
He's not that intelligent.
That is called intelligent clown.
Yes, Miss. Yes, Miss. I'm listening to you. I'm not here to be rude like your backup dancers. I'm here to talk to you, Miss. Go ahead.
Alban, you're an atheist, yeah?
If that's what you call it, I've just called myself an intelligent man. My family are Christian, and I'm from Cote d'Ivoire, if you must know, West Africa. I'm actually up here because I want to go against you to say, I believe what you do is not respectful. That's what I'm here for.
Intelligent clown.
Wait, guys,
You know?
1 second, please.
That's all.
Sorry.
But I'm just like you. I think sometimes this,
What
yes.
is it I am doing that you say is disrespectful? What am I doing?
Well, look at these clown backup dancers. The way they came at
What am I doing? Listen, you came up to come and tell me what I'm doing is not respectful. What am I?
Because you're telling another person that them talking to another person, whether it's about Buddha, whether it's about Christianity, whether it's about Islam, they are fools. You know, they are maybe not intelligent or they don't know what they're doing. So I'm saying,
there's no such thing.
I'm just trying to.
Why are you lying on me right now? I never said no such thing.
Miss Afro Atheist.
Why is this guy lying on me?
He's a true clown.
Wait, I don't understand. He came up to come and tell me that what I'm doing is not good or it's not nice.
Yeah, it's not nice. I don't believe it's nice.
He's lying about something I haven't done.
Nobody said that even.
What kind of thing is this?
I'm saying you're telling people that them believing in the Bible or whether.
Which people?
No, the people who came here, whether they are Christian, the last people were here.
Have they come to complain?
Yes.
Have they come to complain?
Please let him.
So
talk.
I'm saying, Miss Aphis, that you telling them that their belief is foolish. Did you or did you not tell them that?
I did not tell them that they believe.
What did you tell them?
The claim is foolishness.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying it's wrong of you to do that.
Are you dumb? Don't you understand?
More respectful, miss.
This guy is a bigger clown. I don't even know what.
Raskilo, I don't know what you done today, but me, I don't
shut
think I don't
up.
take drugs.
You so dumb because we're talking about a
Drink
book.
or take
If you
drugs.
can read and write, there is a.
Raskilo,
Can I speak?
Raskilo, could you not abuse your mud button?
Can I speak, please? Please. So,
Miss.
So who says it is wrong? Who's the person that is making the decision that what I'm saying is wrong?
What do you mean?
You said
why are you asking?
What I'm saying is wrong.
No, I'm saying I've been seeing, yes.
Says who?
I've been seeing you maybe for a week or two now on here, and I've been in your, because I'm not religious myself, that's why I can come and listen. By listening to you, I came up here to tell you I feel what you're doing is no different to what they're doing. You are an
Why should I care what you feel?
No, I'm not saying you should care. I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm not saying you should care. But I'm saying,
nobody asked for your opinion. Nobody.
Okay, I'm saying we're here to talk.
A grown man like you, right? A grown man like
yes.
You see somebody on your phone, right? On your phone. You are looking at your phone or your tablet.
Yes.
And you are upset by what the person is saying. And this grown man.
I'm not upset. I'm observing.
On my platform. This grown man has to come up on my platform. He could be with his wife. He could be with his children. He could be minding some other business, doing something else. But this grown man has to come up on my platform to come and tell me about how he feels. Because Alban's feelings somehow means something.
No, it doesn't mean nothing at all. We're here to talk.
You know what? Because of you, I have a bucket here for people that want to cry, grown men tears. Wait. Because of Alban, I'm going to pull out my bucket.
Let me know when I can talk. Let me know when I can talk.
Don't worry, we will help you. Don't give him a bucket.
You say you want to cry, Abby? You want to cry grown?
Crying. Let me know when I can talk, miss.
No. I want you to cry your tears inside here.
I was not crying at all.
You are crying.
I was saying.
Look at you, crying grown man's tears.
Miss Aphis, can you hear me? Can you hear me, miss?
Yourself in a conversation that nobody called you in.
Miss Aphis, can you hear me?
Nobody asked for your opinion.
No, I said to you, as an Aphis.
Crying for grown. These were grown men that could.
Let me know when I can talk, miss.
Grown men that could defend themselves. This grown man is coming to cry.
That you will never know when you will talk.
Miss Aphis, what is the difference?
Listen, I'm collecting your tears. By the time you are doing,
Miss Aphis, I was saying to you, what is the difference?
Alban, let me ask you. Are you a spokesman to anybody?
Miss Aphis, I was saying,
are you a spokesman to anybody?
What is the difference between you as an atheist and a Christian or an atheist?
Are you a spokesman to anybody?
Oh yeah, please.
Miss Aphis, what is the difference with you as an atheist and a Christian or Islam? What is the difference?
Are you done crying? Are you done crying?
So what am I asking that is wrong? Question. I said, bro, as an atheist, what is the difference with a Christian or a Buddhist or a Islam? What is the difference?
For a minute, bro? Can you be silent? You've been asking the same question all over again.
Let me respond now. Right? Mute yourself and let me respond. So, the Christians, they came to our continent with their religion. They erased our history. They erased our belief system. They erased our cultures and told us to take on their so-called Jesus, right? The people that brought Jesus, as they were bringing the Jesus, they were also colonizing us while giving us that religion. They gave us that Jesus religion to keep us docile. Right? That's the Jesus religion. The Muslim religion that came to my part of Africa came through conquest, came through violence. And today, the country where I grew up in has 11 or how many states? 10 or 11 states governed by the Sharia law. People's hands had been chopped off in Nigeria because of the Sharia law. People have been sentenced to death because of the Muslim ideology. There was a young girl, what's her name? Deborah Samuel. She was taken out of this world in such a violent manner until today. The people who did that to her, they're out walking free. Why? Because they were defending a prophet, the prophet of the Arab people that was forced upon our people, right? These ideologies have caused us enough damage and harm. You cannot accept a religion from Judea or a religion from the Arabs as ours. They don't belong to us. They do not belong to us. Jesus does not belong in Africa. Muhammad does not belong in Africa. These ideologies need to go. So we need to remind people that these ideologies never began with us. It is time that we send them back, packing to where they came from. Jesus cannot save nobody. Muhammad cannot save anybody. Jesus could not save himself on that cross. Listen to him crying on the cross. Daddy, why have you forsaken me? That guy, you think he will save anybody in Africa? Muhammad, look at the way they said Muhammad died. Food poisoning. How is that going to save anybody? No, it is time. We need to start borrowing some sense. We need to start having these conversations. So what I'm doing here is, look, these ideologies that they brought to us, let us take apart the claims that they made in these religions and see whether it makes sense or not. And so far, so good. When we're having these conversations, these ideologies make no sense. Does your God exist? That gentleman comes here, comes to come and tell us about the Kalam cosmological evidence. Who cares about that? Your God either exists or it doesn't exist.
Everything you're saying, Miss Aphis, is the reason me, myself, I'm not Christian, I'm not Islam, I don't follow religion. Because I also believe the same people who are Christian are the one who came to take us as slaves. The same Arabs are the one making division in Africa. My own mother, even last month, I told her, Mom, for the past 30 years, you came in these countries when you found Jesus. Till today, you're still working after 40 years. Your Jesus has not made you. So me, I go back and forth. That's why I said, I'm with you.
What the hell are you talking about? The same thing I'm doing here. You are doing
against saying what you're saying is disrespectful.
But what I'm saying,
wait, excuse me. The same thing I'm doing here, you are doing to your mother, and you have the effrontery to come here and tell me that what I am doing is wrong. Are you okay? Is your brain? Are you okay in your head?
That's what a clown does. That's what a clown does.
I'm saying there's a way. There's a way. If it works for mom, it works for her. If it works,
this man is a blood clown, man.
Please, sir, I know you can't have adult conversation. If Buddhism or Islam,
Alban, you are a bloody hypocrite. That's what you are.
I'm with you. Everything you said, I do not disagree.
You are a hypocrite.
I'm saying there's a way to go about things.
Tell me what's the way. What way? Guys, everybody, please listen. Alban, right? Alban, the astute professor.
Intelligent.
Yes, intelligent.
Miss,
and he's going to tell us.
Very intelligent. Miss Aphis.
No, excuse me. Please let me finish. Alban is about to tell us how we should have these conversations. Right, Alban,
right.
Please go ahead and tell us how these conversations must be had.
First of all, I just came to say I'm not here to tell another person what to do on their life. Okay, I will.
Must be had.
Okay. You cannot convert you cannot tell everybody to throw away their Bible tomorrow. You cannot tell them to throw their books. Yeah, you cannot. You are an atheist, me or whatever you want to call. We are atheists or whatever. You know, we are more intelligent to think we can believe this religious book. But this is what, but let me finish. It works for me. It works for me as an atheist. It works for me. It works for you. If you are Christian,
these conversations need to be had.
If they are Christian, let it work for them. If they are Muslim, let it work for them. You're atheists. You want them to be atheists also?
Are you their spokesman? Hey, Alban, let me ask you.
You want them to be atheists also?
Alban, let me ask you a question. A very simple question, please. Alban, if whatever we are doing here does not concern you, it concerns the Muslim and the Christians, like you're saying, why are you bothered?
Exactly.
Why are you bothered? They should be the one coming here and defending their gods.
Alban,
Bullet, this man is a Christian. He's just here to...
Hold on 1 second. Alban, did someone touch your anus? Did somebody come and poke your anus or something?
Jesus did.
Because think about it. A grown man could easily be minding his business, but he's here crying. Somebody must have poked Alban's anus.
Jesus.
Somebody.
Or Muhammad.
Oh,
Those
please,
two people
please.
very dangerous with that area.
Please, let me say this real quick. Let me say this, please. I wanted to tell him this, but he don't go. There's a Bible verse that says, only a fool says in his heart that there is no God. I wanted him to go and correct that verse, or go and tell those who wrote that verse the same way they're supposed to write that verse. Because that verse is not correct. How can the verse say only fools say in their heart that there's
if I read the book, I'm going to criticize the book. So if the book says, if you see your mother, stick your foot in your mother's behind, and you believe in that book, I'm going to call you a clown. I am going to call you a clown. Based on you believing in that. That makes you a clown. I'm calling you a clown and you're pissed off. What is wrong with this guy?
Does anybody want to bet that guy was actually a believer?
The believer.
Oh, he was.
He is very bitter. We are against the Jesus. That's why he is very provoked.
Yeah.
And the problem is the God he wants to defend, the God cannot defend himself.
I love grown men tears, though. I do. I love when grown men cry. Oh.
He was emotional. He got emotional damage.
You guys make me cry.
Anyway, guys, can we tap on the screen? We're so close to 20K likes. If you're watching on YouTube, please give me a thumbs up as well. My goodness, grown men crying tears.
Who's gonna make this grown man cry? Hello,
guys. I've got a give goal up there as well, right? So please send us a couple of roses. Let's get some more people in here.
He's saying he had a phone call. He's down there with Jesus.
Before you, Alban, you had a phone call. My goodness, is it possible to stop shouting, please? If you're going to come back up, at least tone your voice down. It's not nice. If you're going to talk about whatever it is that is hurting you so bad, at least tone it down. Let's have a conversation. I don't know why people cannot have just a decent conversation with people.
Miss Afro, don't let that intelligent clown come up here again. Can you make a grown man cry?
Intelligent. Did you not hear somebody crying just now? you not hear somebody crying over something that didn't concern him at all?
No, I want you to make me cry as well. That's what I'm saying.
You want to cry?
No, you will cry.
Yeah, you guys make me cry.
You will
I
cry.
want to challenge you.
Guys,
you will cry.
Guys, let me tell you. You see, when a grown man comes along and says, "I want you guys to make me cry," oh man. Yeah. Why? Because he is a believer in God, right? So he believes in Allah. We don't believe in Allah. And so this is where we get to when a
family are Christian, miss. I'm not a believer. We are not.
They are not even talking about you. You see, you're a clown.
Can you make me cry? This sounds like some BDSM shit. This right here. When a grown man says, "Please make me cry," it just reminds me of the people who, when they're in the BDSM, that circle, and they say, "Whip me," or to, do things to me, to humiliate me, that's exactly what that is. He wants people to make him cry. I mean,
another clown.
Yeah, I can do without the insult, but I don't think you guys can.
So we have two clowns together here. Good.
That's not meant to insult you, but that's I'm just putting in context what you said. I'm just putting in context.
Only unintelligent people can discuss and then resort or start abusing other people. But it's fine.
I didn't abuse you,
bro. You are a clown.
Not you.
It should make you cry. You said make me.
No,
cry.
not you.
Okay.
Oh, not you.
Check. You are a very big clown.
Alban.
Yeah, you're insecure. Then I know you're scared of me.
Alban, so I asked you to please tell us how is it that you want us to have these conversations?
Afro is trying to tell us that we shouldn't. It's none of our concern. That's what he's saying. That we should shut up.
He said that there's a way to have these conversations.
When a Christian or an Islamic or a Buddhist, they are loud. When they do rooms like this, they are trying to convince or trying to tell people what they're doing, their way of life is correct. So I'm here seeing you tell people that your way of life as an atheist is good for you. So how now do you expect people to be?
When did I say that? You keep lying. You keep lying on me.
Lying?
Yes. When did
what
I
did I just say?
When did I call people to atheism? When did I say to people that atheism is somehow the good path? When did I say that?
I'm saying atheism is for you, but them, their Allah, their Jesus, they are confused. Isn't that what you're saying to them?
Wait, have you been listening to this conversation or not?
Yes, I've been listening to you now. Everybody who's not an atheist is a clown. That's why I'm saying you shouldn't be doing that.
Alban, you heard me say everyone who is not an atheist is a clown?
Is this what... are you sure you ain't been saying that?
Alban.
Yes.
Did you hear me say everyone who is not an atheist is a clown? Did you hear that?
I'm not proper quoting you, but it's along those lines that people who are reading their religious books, they are not right in their head.
Come on, Alban. You need to stop, Alban. Alban, you need to stop.
Yeah, I'll let you do. Yeah, I'm not gonna come and critique your lives. Don't worry.
You are getting angry.
Demi, please. I'm operated.
Wait, hold on. You're getting angry over something nobody said and nobody did. This kind of aggression and this kind of anger is very, very unnecessary over something nobody has said and done. You can't even tell us how the conversation should be had. People are so quick to critique when other people are trying to do something. They're so quick to point the finger. Oh, you're not doing this right. 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 Okay, so tell us how to do it right. No, nothing. Zero, zilch, nothing. Alban cannot tell us, okay, does he set up a platform, right, where he goes and has the proper conversations, how the conversations must be had? I bet the answer is no. But Alban, he has made himself the judge, jury, and he's everything on TikTok. Alban has made himself the TikTok judge. This is absolutely crazy.
When I first came here, I told you I came to critique you. But you're right. You got a life to do. You got content to create. And I'll respect you. And if I want to come and listen, I'll come and listen without critiquing you. But all I came to tell you is that the way you're going about it, I think it's disrespectful. I think it's rude. And I think it's not fair on others. That's all I came to say,
Afro,
Mr.
please, can I say something, Afro?
Shut up, bro. Shut up.
No, please, Afro, can I say something?
You never talk to me like that in my face, so behave.
Shut up.
Bruh, just be quiet. Nobody has your time. So, this guy criticized us when we also criticize somebody. You see, it's good for him, but it's bad for us. You said because we're criticizing somebody's faith, we are wrong. But you also criticize us. What is your problem? The problem is if you don't believe in those texts and whatever is said, who cares? Nobody cares. We are saying it's a book. A book has written, and the book is saying, sleep with your child, unalive your kids. We are saying anybody who believes in that book is a clown. So, I'm sorry, if you don't believe in it, that's not your part. If you believe in it, you are a clown. That's it. You don't tell us what to say, what to do. If you believe in those textbooks, you are a clown. End of story.
You're right. So I'm going to be in the comments, and I hope you don't tell any Christian or Islam what to do.
Shut the fuck up.
Big, like, giving this guy a privilege to come up here, it's not
Waste
right.
of time. It's a waste of time, bro.
He needs to go and shut the fuck up in the comments. What a moron.
How can he be a very unreasonable judge? Because two people are fighting. The Christians are calling us fools, and we are calling them clowns. And you are coming up here to tell us that we are wrong. Why don't you also tell them that they are also wrong by calling us fools? Do you know how many thousands of Christians that have been here telling us daily that we are fools just because we don't believe what they believe? What are you saying?
That guy is
Caught up with that. It's even written in their books. It is written in their books, insulting us every day. So what is this guy even?
Alban, you're not an adult if you're going to lie.
Afro-atheist, Alban is one of those people in my green screen. Is one of them, man. Yeah, that's him over there.
You're not an adult. You're going to lie. People. No, hold on. Before you say good evening, we've got Olufemi. Olufemi was here. Olufemi, hello.
Actually, just listening in. Let me just chill. Let others talk first. If there are things I need to now chip in, I will chip in.
But Olufemi, you are a believer. You are a believer, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anybody else? Oh, Sheikh Rogers is a believer as well. I think that
I'm a mu'min, alhamdulillah.
Huh? Sorry?
I'm a mu'min, alhamdulillah.
What's a muk? What's a muk?
Mu'min, a believer.
You say what? You say, what did you say?
Second name of cloud.
Wait, sorry. What did you say?
He says a cloud.
You say you're what? A mukman?
Mu'min.
Mukmin.
Yes.
Is that your language?
It means believer.
Is that your language?
That's a Muslim. That's a Muslim.
It means believer.
No, hold on, guys, please. I'm asking Sheikh. Sheikh, is that your language?
Oh, no, it's not my language, but
whose language?
should I just limit myself to my language?
Whose language is it?
It's Arabic, but should I just limit myself to my language? Is English your language?
Are you Arab?
No, I'm not, but are you English?
No, I'm not English. English was forced.
Well, you speak English. Is English your language?
English was forced on me. I had no choice. I was born,
so. Well, I can understand you. Can you speak Creole to me?
I was born in a place that was colonized by the English, unfortunately. So me speaking English, it's just no choice. I have no choice. in the matter?
For me, Arabic was not forced on me. I willingly learned it.
Was Arabic forced on you?
Oh, I willingly learned it. I learned it by myself.
Why? Why did you learn? Of all the languages, why Arabic?
I mean, I don't want to restrict myself. It's good to have knowledge on other things.
So why Arabic?
I don't only have knowledge in Arabic, I have knowledge in French as well. Je parle français, un peu, un peu.
Why didn't you speak French just now? What? Okay, I'm a believer in French. Why speak Mukmin, or what did you call it? Mukman?
Because that's the language of the Quran.
Are we fooling? You speak that language because of religion. Don't do that bullshit. Come on.
So the
Well, I'm not going to say definitely it's one of the reasons, but that's not the only reason.
Listen,
it's a key reason.
You're a Jen Farron P3DO. That's what you are, Sheik.
God bless. I'm not going to engage with you. That's fine.
But hold on. Sheikh, I watched a video the other day, and I counted 12 steps that you need to follow just to go use the toilet. Right? 12 steps. Do you
just to use what?
Just to go use the toilet. Up to 12 steps that you have to follow.
I don't know those steps. I don't know about that.
Just give me a second. Give me a second.
Is it from the Hadith?
No, 1 second.
Okay.
Sheikh.
Yep.
Tu dis, tu parles français. Est-ce que français c'est ton langue nationale ou bien c'est juste un petit langue que tu apprends?
Oui, j'apprends français pour moi.
C'est la même chose comme tu apprends arabe aussi? C'est la même chose? Voilà.
No. Yes and no.
Arabic is just a language.
Yes.
Arabic is just a language.
You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Because it's not written in your own language.
1 second. Let's do this. No, okay, no, this is not me. This one.
The top, we had the rules of golf. And wallahi, you won't believe what I'm telling you, but some of you might have seen it because now they sell it on an international scale. They have a small golf green in the toilet, meaning a small little makeshift thing.
Actually, no, that's not the one. Sorry, 1 second.
And whilst you're sitting, you visit party.
1 second. This is the one. This is yeah.
Okay. Welcome to another how-to video. In this video, we will guide you on the etiquette of using toilet and how to purify yourself after using the toilet according to the Islamic perspective and the prophetic tradition. Before we begin, it's important to understand that purifying ourselves from impurity is a condition for our prayers to be valid and accepted by Allah. Negligence in cleaning after using the toilet can also lead to punishment in the grave, as stated by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, let's discuss the following etiquette.
He said, if you're not cleaning yourself, it could lead to punishment in the grave. If you're not cleaning yourself in the toilet, it could lead to punishment in your grave after you have passed.
Before using the toilet, whilst using the toilet, and after using the toilet. Number 1, say Bismillah. This means in the name of Allah. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the eyes of the jinn are blocked from seeing the private parts of the children of Adam when one of them says Bismillah upon entering the washroom. Number 2, enter with your left foot. Number 3, say the following supplication. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubthi wal-khaba'ith. This means, oh Allah, I seek refuge in you from all offensive and wicked things. Number 4, try not to speak unnecessarily or use your phone while using the toilet. It was reported that a man passed by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam whilst he was urinating and greeted him. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not respond back. and said to him, if you see me in this state, do not greet me, for I will not respond. Number 5, sit down and avoid urinating while standing whenever possible. Aisha radiallahu anha narrated saying, whoever tells you that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam urinated standing up, do not believe him, for he would not urinate except sitting.
These people have passed on the message to say, do not believe anyone if they tell you that the Prophet, he stood up while peeing, or stood up or sat. They're taking their time to write this in their books. Okay.
Number 6, avoid facing or turning your back to the Qibla.
Oh my goodness.
The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whenever you go to relieve yourself, neither turn your face nor turn your back toward the Qibla. However, if you're using a fixed toilet seat,
when you're using the toilet, you're supposed to be facing the that, you know, the black box in the in Mecca. So how do you know from a toilet where what direction? I don't know, but somehow, yeah.
You're not supposed to face the. You're not supposed to give your back or face the Qibla. That's what it's saying.
Sorry.
You're not supposed to give your. You're not supposed to give your back or face the Qibla.
You're not supposed to face what is a Qibla?
The direction of prayer.
So when you're in the toilet, you're not supposed to face the Qibla.
Or give your back to it.
What does that mean?
You're not supposed to face it as in the prayer direction, right? So when Muslims pray, generally, we pray, the direction is towards the Qibla, no matter where you're praying from.
Okay.
If you're praying from anywhere, you face the Qibla.
Okay.
That means you face Mecca or you face the Kaaba, right?
So to see your pee instead of your ass.
So when you're doing the toilet, you face the other direction.
You face any other direction other than the Qibla.
So how would you know that you're facing the other direction?
I mean, let's say, okay, typical example, your home, right? Because let's say it's your home.
Public toilet.
No, for that one is unavoidable, right? It's a public toilet. That's a public toilet. You can't do any other thing.
So Allah knows that.
Typical example is your home. If you're in your home, you know that when you pray in your home, this is the direction you face. You know the direction you face when you pray. So you definitely know that this is towards the Qibla.
Okay. All right.
Or turn your back to the Qibla. Number 7, be careful not to let drops of urine land on your clothes or body. Negligence in this regard was mentioned as a reason for the punishment in the grave by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, avoid urine, for most of the punishment of the grave is because of it. Number 8.
Avoid urine getting on you, right? Avoid splashing of the urine on you. Why? This will, they would use this to punish you in the grave. The Prophet gave a thing that, look, avoid the urine getting on you so that you don't be punished. When you get in your grave, they will remind you of all the times that the pee splashed on you. Come on.
Can I respond to this particular point?
Yeah, go on, please.
Okay, so the urine, just like the feces, right? It impurifies the individual. So if you go to urinate or if you go to defecate, you don't allow, let's say defecation, you don't allow the feces to touch your shirt or your trousers or something like that. As Muslims, we try to keep ourselves from contacting these things and letting them stain us, especially for urine. Once it gets on your body or on your trousers, it's very difficult to see because it splashes. Right, so that is why you avoid.
What if accidents happen? Accidents happen, so
it's accidents, right? That's an accident, but you need to have the intention of trying to avoid it. You need to have the intention and then act according to that intention.
But this is waste product. You're being punished for waste product.
So as a Muslim, you shouldn't be reckless. You know you have to pray, and you know that these are things that contaminate or impurifies you. Exactly, that's the point. It's waste product. Do you allow your waste to touch you? Like it's waste product. You don't want to come
You
in
that you're
contact with
asking
your
this kind of
waste.
question, do you need a book to tell you that, hey, don't allow metabolic waste product to touch you? Do you need a book? We that don't
It's
have
not
book, are we not clean?
You know it's a narration, right?
What are you talking about? Do you need a, must you read a book to
Demigod,
tell
I'm
you
not
that,
gonna
hey,
have a
when you go to
conversation with
toilet,
you. I don't
clean up
think
yourself?
Demigod, do you know why it was written like this? Because Muhammad used to be a
Why do
drunkard.
you guys always have problem with?
Muhammad used to be a drunkard, so he would poo-poo on himself. That is why he got disgusted. So after Muhammad poo-poo on himself for so many times, he decided that has to become a rule because he thought everybody is a drunkard like him. So he stopped alcohol and these
Anyway,
stupid rules.
I'm gonna drop
Sheikh,
because
Sheikh,
I want
let
to
me ask
engage
you,
in
Sheikh,
mature
please, let me ask you
conversations.
this.
And I can't have
Please let me finish the video, please.
I can't have this kind of
It's
conversation
nearly
if
done.
people like bullets. Okay, I think this is what.
Why do
It's true
you
in the
guys
Quran,
have
it's true.
problem with toilet? Why do you always have problem with toilet?
Let's keep it respectful, please. Let's keep
No,
it
but
someone is
Afro, no,
muting
it's
me.
not about respect. It's true. The Quran says Muhammad used to drink. He was a drunkard.
Really?
Anyways, if this is how we're gonna have this conversation, I'm just gonna drop.
But it's true in
Guy,
your
you are a
Quran.
clown. You
It's
can
not my
drop.
thing.
One
You
second.
can drop. If you
Wait,
can
wait,
drop, you are a clown.
Hold on. I am trying to have a conversation with you. If you're going to drop, then that's on you. No problem. Nobody's going to hold you here, but we will continue to, speak about it. We will continue to, talk about it. So let me continue with my with the video. 12 steps altogether.
Afro, can I ask you a question? Afro, can I ask you a question?
Your dad is a drunk.
Afro, can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
So my question is, when it comes to the, going the number 2 or whatever, the feces itself, let's say if you go in a public toilet and whoever built it never knew or never cared about the direction of the Kaaba, all right? And you really have to go, okay? So let's say you go to a stadium, you're watching a soccer match and you have to go. And you go, and it's your back is showing the Kaaba or whatever it is. If you go, is there anything that you have to do, or is there anything that Allah is going to punish you for? I'm wondering, because I don't know. It kind of sounds weird a little bit. Because if you go and you say what?
Afro, this guy wanted to cry today. I make him want to cry. Cry, boy. Clown, cry, boy.
I'm gonna answer this. I'm gonna answer this very quickly. So the Quran says.
Brother, the question I asked you, did you answer it?
1 second. Sheikh Rogers.
The Quran says.
Sheikh Rogers, remember when you said you want us to make you cry? You said, can you make a grown man cry? At this point, it looks like the tears are starting.
Yes, I got his back.
I'm not gonna cry. I'm just gonna respectfully go.
No, you are crying, boy.
You are a clown.
Cry, boy. Because Muhammad the poo on himself. Cry.
Allah says in the Quran.
Muhammad the poo on himself.
If people are having a conversation.
Why do you have problem with toilet? Muslims always have problem with
Afro, the wishes come true. Wishes come true.
Afro, it is. See the IQ of the guest you have, right? You see the IQ of the people you surround yourself with.
You see, you're not making sense right now. You are also here, so your IQ is very low. What are you saying?
So, goodness Reggie.
Oh, I'm not a regular here.
You are here. Your IQ is very low. Come up with a better
I'm not a regular.
Wait, 1 second. Goodness Reggie, when you were not here, one grown man came here and was crying tears. And I said, look, I collect grown men's tears in this bucket here, right? I said to him to cry, right? Grown man crying. Anyway, Sheikh Rogers said, can you really make a grown man cry? I want you to make me cry. That's what he said. He's crying now.
I haven't cried so far. So okay. you see, in Islam.
Shake. Wait, let me finish this toilet. Let me finish this toilet thing.
Raskilo asked the question I actually wanted to respond to.
Hold on.
The Prophet ﷺ instructed, when one of you goes to relieve himself, he must not touch his private part with his right hand or wipe it with his right hand. Number 9.
Wait, hold on. Sorry.
Use your left hand when water flows of body. Negligence in this regard was mentioned as a reason for the punishment in the grave by the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet ﷺ said, avoid urine, for most of the punishment of the grave is because of it. Number 8, use your left hand when washing the private parts. The Prophet ﷺ instructed, when one of you goes to relieve himself, he must not touch his private parts with his right hand or wipe it with his right hand. Number 9, clean yourself properly. After relieving yourself, there are 3 options to remove impurities. Option 1, use toilet paper to clean yourself. This is also known as istijmar. If you use toilet paper or any sort
no toilet paper. How did Muhammad know toilet paper?
at least 3 times or more, there will be no need for you to wash your private parts with water later. You make wudu and you can pray as is. Option 2, use water only. This is known as istinja. Wash your private parts and ensure all impurities are removed. This is considered better and purer. And option 3, use toilet paper and water together, starting with either of the 2. This is the ideal option. In any case, wash or wipe off impurity 3 times or more, preferably finishing with an odd number. Aisha radiallahu anha narrated that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to wash his private part 3 times. Number 10, exit with your right foot, following the practice of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Number 11, as you exit, say the following supplication: Ghufranak. This means, grant me your forgiveness, O Allah. You can also add, Alhamdulillahi alladhi adhaba anni al-adha wa afani. This means, praises to Allah who has relieved me of.
So after you're done on the toilet, you're supposed to say, ask for forgiveness for going to the toilet. And then you also add, praise is to Allah who has relieved me of impurity and given me good health. After
Total madness.
Impurity.
Please,
You
let
praise
me
God
say
for
something.
letting the shit out.
It's nearly done. Just hold on. It's nearly done.
Number 10, exit with your right foot, following the practice of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Number 11, as you exit, say the following supplication: Ghufranak. This means, grant me your forgiveness, O Allah. You can also add, Alhamdulillahi alladhi adhaba anni al-adha wa afani. This means, praises to Allah who has relieved me of impurity and given me good health. And finally, number 12, wash your hands with soap, ideally, to maintain cleanliness. It was the practice of the Prophet ﷺ to rinse his hands 3 times after touching his private parts or during bathing, as narrated by his wife Maymuna. Remember, my brothers and sisters, the correctness of our prayers depends on our physical purification. Strive to purify yourself as Allah loves those who make themselves clean and pure. We ask Allah Azza wa Jalla that He makes us from those who strive to purify themselves so that we may gain His love. Jazakum Allahu khair for listening. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi
Wa alaikum salam.
Please, let me just say this. Is this not bondage? Please, is this not bondage? This is the reason I left Islam. This is bondage. These guys are really in bondage.
But Demi, why is that Muhammad is touching his private parts too much, then he has to wash it? I don't get it.
I tell you, he was drunk all the time.
No, you guys are not. Listen. This is in 2024. The practice of this prophet, everything he did was recorded to the extent they had to get his wife to tell and narrate to the people how he went to the toilet. You have to get all the details down. At some point, you need to ask the question, why? This, as Demigod said, this is, listen, this is on a different scale. This is something else. So anyway, Sheikh, I asked you about the 12 steps for the toilet. Do you also do these 12 steps as well?
Well, I don't know all the steps, but I'm gonna say, well, thank you for bringing most of them to my notice. I didn't know all of them. I knew some of them, like going into the bathroom with your left feet, and also also what to say when you're about to go into the bathroom, Bismillah, and all of those things. But I didn't know all of them.
You are just yapping. All she
So-
never owe you. We go enter with right feet. If I enter with two legs.
I know that you are always joking and you're not.
Can you tell us which phone was Mohammed using? Which phone? Was it Nokia or
like
iPhone?
joking, man. I like joking.
Shit, we go catch you like this. Every say you know fit. You can.
In Islam, there are exceptions to everything. There are exceptions
Oh
to
God, the host is talking, please. The host is talking. Please, the cloud. The host is talking, please.
In situations where
Shake 1 second. You know when you have the runs, huh? When you have gastroenteritis, and that thing is coming out. How do you begin? How do you begin to say it?
Bro, I can't even count my step. I enter with even left leg, right leg. I went out sometimes with two bottom leg.
Demigod, when you get in with the right leg, you have to get out and remember to come in with the left leg.
Bro, I'm poor my body. I will just pull my body.
Remember, you guys are playing with your life.
Oh my God, I forgot. Allah, I got in with the right one.
I feel sorry for most of you. That is why I come here.
No.
You are in cloud. You are living in bondage, bro. Very big bondage.
1 second. Sheikh,
Yes, we are all slaves to something.
excuse me. You're feeling sorry for us, but we don't have to pray 12 steps to go in the toilet.
Oh, I don't mind it. If that
In
is
my
what
country, in my country, it's only 2 steps. Number one, which is P, and number 2, which is a number 2. We don't got all the rest of them steps. We ain't doing all that.
I rather follow all these 12 steps and